Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live on a magnificent Monday night, and we're kicking off another week in wrestling with a little bit of WWE RAW. 3+ hours of live reaction to all the action, folks. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. It's going to be a fun one tonight. A stacked card, a loaded Monday. We are still on the road to WrestleMania. So strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We're back and live and at it again, folks. It's going to be a fun one tonight. We are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the Wrestling for Life Network. I think I already said that, but we got WWE RAW on tap tonight. A last woman standing match. Who will be victorious? Big epic showdown between two rivals. Plus, we get a contract signing. Plus, the tag teams are vying for spots at WrestleMania. So much to get into, so much to talk about. What was a fun weekend in the wrestling world. As always, never a shortage of news. And myself and that pretty face are going to dive all the way into all of it tonight. It's going to be a fun one, folks. I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick. I thought you were holding your finger up to pause there for a second. There is something that I want to talk about first when you were talking about the matches we've got tonight. So talking about one specific tag team qualifying match and the contract signing intertwined. Is it anyone else noticing that it's Tozawa and Otis? No Gable in the qualifying match. I think we could see Gable in the contract signing, and we're going to work our way into a triple threat.
I have that feeling. Rumor was, now it's a Booker T rumor, so take it with a grain of salt.
Oh, God.
But the rumor was that Sammy did not love the fact that more people seem to be pulling for Chad Gable. I wasn't one of them, Sammy, don't worry. But at the end of the day, could they, again, read their audience and think, can we get Shorty G back in the mix here? Very interesting. Otis and Tozawa, I don't think are going to be at Mania. Sorry, guys. But, I mean...
No, they'll be at Mania just cheering on Chad Gable.
Just cheering on. Woo-woo. But, yeah, I think you're onto something here. I think that potential door is still open for Mr. Chad Gable.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to say I'm excited for it. I just like that they're going to pay off. And I know you're just saying, oh, it's the Twitter videos and everything. They gave them a week's worth of momentum and you got behind it. But still, just let me have nice things, I guess. I almost don't know how much credibility I want to give Booker T's whole thing after the CM Punk. Well, we had an altercation. You don't know if it was over a banana at concessions. It could have been over anything. So was Sammy really upset, or was it just like, oh, that's kind of weird? And Booker's like, he's furious about it. He was heartbroken, devastated.
Yeah, I don't know. I take Booker T with a grain of salt for it is what it is. And again, I still, I know you and I talked about this and we debated it. I was perfectly content with Sammy being the guy. I think they've been building Sammy for something significant as a solo. I think it's excellent. I'm sorry, but, we already got we need to finish the story. I don't give a shit about Chad Gable's Intercontinental title story. I don't want the IC title with the Alpha Academy. I want the title to still be on somebody semi-serious. And if Gunther's going to drop the belt, I would rather it go to somebody like Sammy, who's going to win it, wear it with valor.
With valor and honor. Yeah, there is a contingency out there. I do understand and see that point of view because Chad Gable to me is much more serious than the rest of Alpha Academy, and that's the problem. He does have, a pink alien looking anchor that he's, hitched his wagon to a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, could we have a bunch of feel-good moments like we have a Gable win, we have Awesome Truth win before we set up the most heartbreaking moment of Roman Reigns wins?
Maybe. I mean, again, you run a risk of you can't always book to what the fans want. Like to quote the Stones, you can't always get what you want. Sometimes you get what you need. And I think that in the realm of things, if the whole show is like happy moral victory, happy moral victory, happy moral victory, really kind of takes the fun out of everything. If everyone, I get it. I get it. There's a fan base out there that's very sensitive and they want what they want and they want it now. But again, at the end of the day, you do run a risk of overbooking to your audience because they're fickle.
I agree with you to an extent, but you can do it as long as you do it correctly. Like, you've got to execute it. You can't just do it just to be, oh, well, he gets a surprise roll up and he gets a win. Like, no, you'd have to have
a win.
Like Gable has one of the biggest matches in his career and everything, and just looks like a fucking world beater and everything.
Now
you can make it work. No, sorry, that's it.
But yeah, if you add him to the trip, like if you make it a triple threat, my only concern is we're getting a triple threat for the US title. We're going to get a triple threat for the IC title. We got tag team matches. I mean, the only one, we got a couple straight up matches, which is good. Jimmy J, not Nia, Becky, Rhea. There are singles matches there, so it's not all for lost. But I don't like when they get in that feeling, and we do criticize TK for like, oh, it's a big show. We got to get everybody on the show. Let's have an all-star scramble.
And I get that and I understand. I think it is, like I said, it's that delicate dance of you can dabble, you can lean far too one way versus the other way. Yeah, it's not the Garcia hip thrust like TK likes to do.
Right.
No, it's that delicate dance of, do you go, like you said, too much towards what the fans want? Do you go towards too much towards just trying to get everybody on the card? You gotta really walk that fine line and not overdo it.
Yeah, and I still think there is a place that Chad Gable's youngish. He'll be okay. He can circle back around. And I think by the time you got to Mania,
I'm gonna look it up and watch Chad Gable be like 40 or something.
42. But if you get to the point that Sammy versus Gunther in that building, I don't think a lot of people are gonna be held back on their emotions or enjoying the match because Chad's not in it. Is it a nice story if he gets in it? Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, I'm fully behind Sammy as it is. So a little bit biased on this one, but
well, no, and I get, like I said, I get it. Of you could still get the crowd very much just behind Sammy, just taking on Gunther, just the same as you would Gable to an extent. It's
absolutely. And I see a lot of people filing in. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to our Monday night. We are still about 20 minutes away from the start of WWE RAW tonight. Like we said, it's going to be a fun one. Lots going on this card. If any indication of the last few episodes of Raw and SmackDown, tremendous amount of build heading towards WrestleMania. They're starting to add matches left, right, and center for all those out there who are like, this isn't, I'm not getting enough. It's coming. And as they add the pieces, this Mania is starting to look very pretty.
Oh, it's just forming together. We're still about just over 2 weeks out. And for the record, well, two things. I hadn't heard that this show sold out, so that might break their streak of 8 shows in a row selling out. I cannot confirm if it's sold out or not. I just didn't see it really talked about much. And Gable's 38 and Sammy's 39. So
there you go. Okay, so they're neck and neck. He's actually older
right.
than I thought he is.
So yeah, I was close with this saying he's gonna be like 40.
Okay. I mean, it would be interesting if you could you turn the Alpha Academy back into heels if Sammy won and had Gable go after Sammy?
No. You can't turn a guy that just won it for his daughter's heel. I don't think. Not fast.
Okay.
I think you could pull off easier, not saying you should, like you talked about, I think a time ago, of Sammy being heel.
I thought they were teasing it. I thought they were playing with it. I thought Sammy was going to get to that point where he was legitimately just like, I've had enough. I keep losing. My fans don't love me as much as they used to. I'm sick of this shit. I'm an undercard guy and I don't like it. I really felt like that's what was coming with Sammy. I mean, it's very interesting, and there is no guarantee that Gunther is going to drop this strap. We're just assuming that, now is the time.
Well, and that he'd move on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, and I think he's earned it. I think he deserves it. I think he'd be an outstanding world champion. So we'll see. We'll see what Gunther has in store for us.
Right.
We're also setting up this tag team match tonight, or a couple of tag teams, which you've already touched on one of them. Trying to qualify for the ladder match. So we're getting qualifiers. We're looking forward to this. 2 matches tonight. I believe DIY is in one of them.
Yes. So DIY is taking on the Creeds, and we have the Awesome Truth taking on Indus Sher.
Whoo! Indus Sher gonna get into the fucking Rumble, into the Mania?
I am far from unsure that Indus Sher will not be appearing in the WrestleMania ladder match.
That's interesting because I'm kind of leaning towards them based on the 2 names. Now the interesting one is the Creeds and DIY. Little surprised, like very babyface booked on this one, as Creed Generation X is going to take on the up and comers. Yeah, I'm really curious who wins that match. I think DIY has to win it.
And well, does that play into if Awesome Truth's there and it comes down to, Triple H and R-Truth are on top of the ladder there going for the tag titles, and then they've got to, actually come to blows here?
Maybe. I'm in. Let's go. Let's swing it out.
I'm going to take the Creeds because
interesting.
Fuck if DIY isn't bland now. Like, let's be honest. They are blander than fucking marshmallow fluff and mayonnaise on a piece of fucking white Wonder Bread.
Is that a fluff and nutter?
No, that would involve peanut butter. If you eat marshmallow and mayonnaise, please seek medical attention.
Fair enough.
Or at least psychological attention.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you have a very interesting situation here with DIY. The best thing that they've kind of put out there since their comeback has been thanks to R-Truth calling them Regeneration X or thinking that they're DX. And maybe they want to run that up the flagpole and give that a work. But at the end of the day, they have been very lackluster, not a lot of interest in them. Even though they've had a couple decent matches, it just hasn't seemed to pan out for them. And I don't know what you do. I don't know how you wake them up. I think maybe they need to split up if you're going to do anything. And I'm sorry, I've never been a big Gargano guy. I would really like to get the Psycho Killer back. I think he can do big things, but Gargano doesn't float my boat.
They need to be a heel. They need to be a heel tag team. That's been the big thing that I think is missing from Raw is there's no real heel tag teams that I can think of prominently.
Into sure.
Prominently, like I said.
Yeah.
Outside of Judgment Day, and especially if you go, that's 2 guys that are just technical. If they're just going to go back to I'm going to just fucking stretch them. I'm going to be Johnny Wrestling and Psycho Kid. Like we're going to just be the most technical fucking team. We outclass everybody. Be heel FTR.
Fair enough. Very interesting. That would work. Now we will say hi to the chat in a moment, folks. I see it getting busy in here, so make sure you get in that chat. Don't be shy. Don't be quiet. Click all our links. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit share. Be a part of the fastest growing channel out there. One thing I do want to talk about before we say hello to the chat. They announced today the Bray Wyatt documentary coming to Netflix.
Does it come with a complimentary tissue box? Because we're all going to need it. We're all going to need it.
Dude, the minute I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, man, it's going to suck.
It's going to be hard to watch. We're not going to be watching that live because you don't want to see us ugly cry for like 2 hours.
No, I've done enough of that. And
now, does this solidify that he is going to be the last person named to go in? Now, granted, if that does, it overshadows even Paul going in.
I still think because Paul is Paul, there is a way to do it, but there is a room for like Paul's kind of the guy, but like a marquee superstar is not really on this list yet. So I would argue that he could be like, the Undertaker went in, other people went in with the Undertaker, but we remember the Undertaker, right? Like that's just the way it is. Did Ray and Undertaker go in the same year? Or is it the year apart?
I can't know.
They're all blended together.
Maybe they did actually. Fuck, because I still just remember it though as the Taker year because Taker was out there doing a whole fucking TED talk.
He did, right?
Shit. Yeah. So, but that's the thing is, I get that, and I've been the one harboring the fucking flag here of, Wyndham needs to go in, especially with his dad. I know it's only been a year, but it's a nice healing moment. And this, especially timed right when it is, I think is a really big sign. But I do worry if it just becomes it's the year Bray went in and everybody else, including
I'm okay
Paul,
with it.
just gets washed aside.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm okay with it, right? Like, I mean, am I that mad that IRS or any of the other people, no offense to them, great careers.
Paul's the only one I give a shit about, respectfully.
But Paul will handle his own. We're all going to remember Paul's speech. We're all going to remember who put Paul in.
He's the one that could stand that fucking
thing. I think he's Teflon Paul, right? So he'll be all right. Now, real quick, Trey's in the house. EQ's with us. The real chef, how you doing? Najax will. All right.
She's going to join the bloodline.
Bloodline. I don't know about that. Juan, good to see C Money back with us. Hello, my friends. I'm not singing every time you say hello.
See? Now you see what I have to do.
Right? That's his gimmick. You fucking
karaoke with Nick.
Looking forward to
DIY versus Creed.
Yeah. Damien. Kevin, how you doing? Juan. Cody posted a Bullet Club picture on Instagram and deleted it real quick. Don't know what that was about. Yeah, that was like it went up and then it came down.
The only thing I've seen Cody put out is to where he had Fair out there with a little handkerchief saying the Rock's a cat.
Oh, okay.
In front of the tour bus. And if you that's what it actually said. I'm not censoring myself because of YouTube. Yeah.
Yep. What's up, Eric? How you doing? We are ready to go. We are about 11 minutes away from the start of the program tonight.
Right.
Dave letting us know we ready.
And now we need to be in the locker room with slapping pads everywhere. We ready.
I was thinking
we ready.
Right? Do you remember the program and the big crazy guys and they're fucking beating each other's chests and then spitting in each other's mouths and let's go. You're like, whoa. Jokes are bad.
It's so funny you mentioned the program because I feel like there's a certain vintage that remembers that movie, and then the next closest version for that for another generation was Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, fact.
You from Midland, right?
Good to see you, Boston Gamer. I am the Ring General Gunther. He's having clearly an identity crisis right now. Alexander, thank you for joining us. Eric Tate, good to see you. Christopher, back in the house. This channel is epic. We try. What's up, family? Good to see you, James in KC. I think Becky and Nia main event. I imagine the last woman standing match is going to main event tonight.
Yeah, how do you really follow that up? Now, I think that this is very interesting, and I will remind everybody we do have the super chats, the super stickers, everything like that. If you want to make sure you show up and show up, because that's what the show is about, and it helps support the channel. And if you don't want to sit there and wait in line like there's long queue in the chat and everything, helps you get your name to the front. But I like that this match almost feels like the culmination all the way from the start of the man gimmick and everything. Like the second Nia fucking stiffed Becky in the face where it was. This now is like the payoff of that whole arc.
Yeah, and again, it's been a good, I know there's people out there that don't find the negative in it, but I think it's been a great long-term story of these two that whether they meant to be or not, they've just been intertwined forever. And if Becky is going to challenge Rhea, Becky has to put Nia to bed at some point. This would be that moment.
And now the wild card, does Liv get involved because she's got the issue with Becky because Becky took her spot in the revenge tour and this, that, and the third. So yeah, we could see multiple layers to this.
It'd be really interesting if Liv somehow causes Becky. I can't see Becky losing this match. There won't be any DQ, so we're not going to throw it out. But I think Becky has to definitively win this one. However, Liv getting involved, maybe it pisses Nia off, sets up a prelim kind of match between Nia and Liv. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm interested with the Liv thing of I'm going to take everything from you. So are we that's her last thing until post-Mania? Get involved with this?
I don't know.
The Nia Liv thing's interesting because I feel like this is only because Rhea's so over. It almost feels like a Liv heel turn. So it'd be almost like heel a little bit. But I think this match ends with somebody's getting buried under some shit. Somebody's gonna go down like fucking Godzilla here.
Yeah, they're gonna put fucking Naya under all the furniture. Sup,
Facts.
Richard?
All the speakers, everything.
Right. Thank you, Richard. Christopher, I think we already got you. Bring back Taker for WrestleMania 40. I'm down. Do it. I'm in. Alexander want Becky.
You have that.
The Bray documentary gives me hope. He's in the Hall of Fame this year. Yeah, and again, if he's not this year, maybe next year. But I'm really believing that he's probably going to end up in there this year.
But still, watching that though, we all need our box of tissues and our all pint of ice cream to just, sad, ugly cry. Like I'm not going to say it, but yeah, when we're watching that whole thing, because that's going to be emotional the whole way through.
Right.
And now I saw some people thought that the name choice was interesting. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's like Becoming Immortal.
Yes.
That they thought it was kind of interesting to do that with a younger gentleman who had just passed. Like, it's a little interesting name choice-ish. I wonder though, if he's going in the Hall of Fame and you've got Taker narrating this, does Taker induct Bray?
He could. I mean, he could.
That's the passing of the torch. I think a lot of people would really like.
It's the passing of the torch we should have had when Bray was still alive.
Right.
Even Taker felt that way. Yeah, very much so. I mean, why not the guy he probably looked up to the most? I could see that definitely being the case. And Becoming Immortal, I mean, I have no question about why. I mean, I understand why they went with that name. I mean, here's a man who, dies before the age of 40, leaves a pretty strong legacy. And dude, we watched what he did. We watched him be absent from wrestling, and everybody, including myself and you, chime for this guy and beg for this guy. We wanted him back. We wanted him back. And he came back with such an impact. And he was one of the few people that I would say in the last decade, 5 years minimum, that captivated the wrestling audience, that had everybody by the throat. So a young career, a young man, but I think he's immortal. I think we remember him forever because he was here for a short time, but man, he made an impact while he was here.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that. Like I said, I had some people mention that to me, so I feel like I needed to justify it. But yeah, I agree with that. And trust me, we've talked about it at times. The two biggest moments I feel so far in our 2 years on this channel was the build up with the White Rabbit and everything when Bray was coming back, and then his return at Elimination Chamber. And then sadly, when we were all here talking about the day that he had passed away.
Yep. Definitely two of the biggest moments on the channel for sure, for opposing reasons. But yeah, I mean, I saw some people that be like, isn't it the immortal Hulk Hogan? Like, I was like,
fuck him.
Here. What's up, Larry? I love this. KJ and Big Nick, never fear. Larry number 2 is here. What's up, Larry Mac? How's it going? Sapphic, good to see you. Paul, how are you?
We're going to be screwed if they change their names to Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Right. Paul feels like WrestleMania is so convoluted, it's not even funny. Yeah, I don't know why you're feeling that way, Paul.
Do you need Cliff Notes? Like, because I don't think anybody else, like, I've seen people say that there hasn't been enough build or this, that, or the third or whatever, like we've talked about, to where we're now finally getting everything, all the puzzle pieces are coming together. To say it's convoluted, to me, I mean, I have not heard that.
I can understand. It's been a little twisted with some of the ways, but to me, what I like about this Mania is there has been so many possibilities. We spent a lot of time debating possibilities. Where are things going? Where are they coming from? Who's going to take on who? Who's the next person to get a push? Maybe a little convoluted, but I think they've streamlined it really well. They've created the stories. Some of the stories we expect. Some of the stories took a minute. But the fact that there's so many possibilities, I like it. I'm happy with it.
It's this thing we've talked about multiple times on the channel. It's layers. They have different avenues, different ways that they could go with it. And that's the thing, is half this stuff's been them pivoting and everything because that person's got injured. That person's gone down. So 100%, the fact that they have those layers, that they have those different avenues that they can take, I think is making that product great.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, that's what we want. And I mean, it shows what you can do when you have a big roster. Not everybody can be at the top of the card. You have to make everybody compelling. And I think they've done that. I mean, we We just debated the IC picture. Now we know what's happening with the US picture. The other possibilities. What's happening? Like, is Liv going to find her way in a Mania match? Like, to me, there's a lot of depth to it all. And remember, once Mania is done, there's a Raw on that Monday, and we're going again.
and exactly, and it's the same thing that happened during the Attitude Era too, where everybody, whether it's I dare invoke his name, Val Venus, all the way, Steve Blackman, Ken Shamrock, all the way to Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, all had stories throughout the entire card. Everybody felt involved in something.
Right. Juan saying, I don't know why Book would say it if it wasn't true. Yeah, I'm sure there's some level of truth to it, whether it's the Punk thing or the Sammy thing. The Punk thing was interesting because he didn't want to talk about it, but he brought it up, so it was funny. Like, oh, this might have happened, but we'll talk later. You're like, bro, we're here now. Let's talk.
Right.
What's going on, Christian, Keyshawn, Easy Bake, Scott, how you doing? Scott again. Hello. Gunther's retaining at Mania. He is the ring general. There you go. So Boston holding on to hope for Gunther.
Can I cut the line?
Sure.
Brandon, what up? Daniel saying if anyone inducts Wyatt, it'll be his brother. I don't know if...
No, not necessarily.
I don't want to see Bo up there having to do that. That'll feel... Can I say this? It'll feel like a fucking eulogy.
It's going to have that pretty close.
That's the sad part. That's why I kind of don't want to... everybody wants that, but it'll feel... like that's all about our heads and everything. Like, it'll be that fucking moment that on one hand I feel we need, but at the same time I don't want to see that publicly.
That's a tough one. I see what you're saying for sure. I'd be very curious with that.
Ronan brings up what I think actually you pointed out first when we were here watching SmackDown of 100%. Asuka suffered a knee injury last Friday on SmackDown. I saw this coming around today of everybody's like, oh, it looks like Asuka, was wobbling for that last segment. I was like, well, yeah, if you watch the fucking show, we all pointed out live.
That's what we do. We react first, folks.
Like the stream on my laptop and my phone. It did count as 2 likes. So absolutely. Like Scott, make sure you Samoan spike that like button, ring that bell like Jimmy Uso. Absolutely. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe.
Good to see you, Mark. The issue with Roman winning is they said this last time Cody can have a title shot against him. They said this was the last time. Yeah, so that if they did say that, which I'm not aware of them saying that, if that's the case, he's winning 100%. So I hope that is in there.
Wait, what did we say last time?
Apparently, this is the last time Cody gets a shot at Roman, which I didn't know was a thing.
Oh. Why? What the fuck? Like, why are we doing the AEW shit that got him, booked into oblivion over there of like, well, if I don't win this time, I can never challenge for it. That's asinine to me.
Right.
I get it, but I hate it personally.
Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I think I'm about to get the start. I got then, my guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, Nick and I are going to sync up as soon as he catches up. But I see Alexis, Juan, I already got you. Kyle, good to see you. Damien, as always. Eric, I think I said hello to Dale. Andy's with us.
I got then. Then.
Let me know when you get together.
Come together.
James L. in the house.
Forever. Come on, USA.
We're syncing up, folks. We're syncing up.
Together. Come together right now.
So real quick as we kick off this one, TJ's with us. I already got Paul. Avengers is back in the house. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, here's a new name. Sap N, Watch of Realms. Hi, guys. Cody has to lose his shit tonight. Wait, I never said this. Know what Cody should do? Cody should do his own rock concert. We should open the show with a spotlight, Cody, and a guitar.
Whoa. Well, now he's coming out. Now we've got him outside of his tour bus looking like Dapper Dashing Cody Rhodes out here with Pharaoh out there. Like I said, she's got the handkerchief saying, Rock is a cat. And I do like this. So we're starting it off of the same thing. If it was an NHL game, an MLB game, NBA game, we were showing the athletes walk up and enter the arena.
100%. And Uso kicking off the night. What's up, Cool Gamer? J-Boy's with us. AJ, Yeet. Yeah, we're opening Yeet heavy tonight.
Right.
Anthony in the house. How you doing, big guy? I hope you're doing well.
Screw you, Boston. You knew what I meant.
It's funny because Jay almost slipped going to the buckle and Pat almost slipped going onto the chair. They like slipped in unison.
Right. Favorite time of day, Raw with the wrestling fan. Much love to all you guys.
Let's
Appreciate
go.
Welcome,
Nevsky.
welcome.
Oh, pal, your buddy.
Yeah, Propunzo. Oh, Nevsky, what up? The Raw tonight will have plenty of tag team matches. Yeah, I think we got three.
Very good. Easy Bake feeling it. Jey Uso kick starts Raw. But look at the crowd, man. Look at the crowd. And dude, I hate doing this. You know, I hate doing this a little bit, especially because it's Edge. But the pictures are like Edge giving this big promo to nobody was ouch. It doesn't feel good, man.
No, but again, it's like watching your homie in a toxic ass relationship, and you're like, dude, just break up with her. Just fucking end it. Just break up with her.
Just let it go.
Well, all my shit's I don't care. Break up with you can get new shit. Like that's what it feels like of just what the fuck are we doing? And admitting that there's no problem to me is just the definition of insanity.
Right. And it's got to like you look how this is kicking off, man. Look at the energy, look at the vibe.
And I think they do some of those camera angles intentionally.
Yo.
You know how to blow that roll.
The bloodline in the building. That's a note. Take a note.
Bro, I like this though. He's hit the same, he's doing the same cadence and everything like Austin will with the what, but he's doing it with the yeet.
Yeah. Oh, he's got it. I mean, again, and he's over as fuck.
Not to discredit Jimmy, because Jimmy's
we got company.
Speak of the devil and he shall appear.
Jimmy and Solo coming through the crowd, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, do you feel it's weird that Solo has nothing going for him after he just beat John Cena last year?
No, not that weird. I mean, again, you can't do everything all the time.
Fair enough.
So if this is just a support player for WrestleMania 40, he's I mean, he's just, you know, barely out of being a rookie.
Right. You got it.
Listen.
Just yeet chance. I will admit Jay's more over than Jimmy, but Jimmy's still
Don't
there.
sleep on Jimmy. The stare down between the brothers, and if anyone out there has siblings, you know this could be heated.
Oh yeah. The restraint that these two men are showing, as someone who has siblings, and I know you do as well, this is impressive to show this restraint.
Skeet. Oh.
No, don't do that.
We're getting Uso chants from the crowd.
Well, like I said,
the sign right in the middle. Sorry, Nick, you see the sign?
Oh, call Rikishi.
Call Rikishi right between the two.
But no, it's so great to see two guys that were at one point indistinguishable. That were nothing but mirror images of each other, now play the mirror game and are polar opposites of each other.
Yeah. Yin yang.
Well, and these were guys that I can't remember how many years they were on the roster, could never get into an actual WrestleMania match that wasn't on like the fucking pre-show.
Yeah.
And then now, you know, they last year main evented a night of WrestleMania, and now we're going to have a huge match on this year's WrestleMania.
Right. I agree with James on this. I've been asking for some quiche. Where's our quiche? Let's go.
Bang it. Turn it up.
What's up, Vance? How you doing? Yeah.
I never left you. It was your idea to leave the bloodline, but I helped you. Yeah, Connor saying to call Rikishi son. Clay,
Yeah.
well, you got us. We'll let you know everything that's going on, my guy.
We got you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think I talked about this on Friday, man. Like, I know we got main event Jay, but Jimmy, no slouch, man. He sells hard. His promos are legit. They both feel authentic. Again, for my money, one of the best tag teams that ever did it. Period.
Oh yeah, absolutely. At the very least of this generation, and I'm sorry, I'm just listening to Jimmy out here. If he's pretty much saying, "I fucking made you. You went off and you became the number one merch seller. You went off and he's giving Jay all of his compliments. You sat there and became tag team champions without me every time. Yeet, yeet, yeet."
Right. Anna Marie, who is Liv Morgan fighting today? I do not believe she's scheduled to actually be in a contest that I know of. Am I incorrect?
Not that I'm aware of, but she might probably show up during the last woman standing match.
Okay.
Oh, Jimmy Eyes bug in, and then the great old Tony Khan. That popped me on two different levels. Pause. It's time for my favorite nationally duo, Wrestling for Life Network boys.
Wrestling for Life.
Everybody just pay attention to Solo in the background. 100%. You know Solo is the heat seeker here. But there's intensity to this. There's feel to it. The crowd is loud. This feels like old wrestling.
It's brother versus brother. Well, it's funny that it's been almost every 15 years they end up doing brother versus brother at WrestleMania.
Kind of funny, right? NWO Bloodline.
Waka wa hey hey. When I knock the yeet out your ass, and then right hand to Jimmy.
Jay fires first, but eats that super kick.
Yeah, because he caught a Samoan spike when he bounced. So Solo got in a spike. So now,
I just
who's
wonder
going to come
show up?
to Jay's aid here?
Cody?
The Road Vengers, they need to assemble here, I feel.
Maybe. They're chanting for Cody. There he is. No music.
They held
for
way too fucking long, though, with that.
He had to park the dog. He was tying Pharaoh to a fucking pole.
Right. Cody cut her on the solo.
Yo, we getting a tag match tonight? I'd be in.
Bet. That's probably what we're getting.
I'm down with it. Let's do it.
Everybody's got a "we want Cody" side. Well, at least everybody on the hard cam. Like I said, it's the Rhodes Vengers. We've got, Cody's Captain America, Seth's Iron Man, Jay's, I don't know, fucking Thor, I guess. No, that would be Drew if we get Drew involved here.
Yeah, Cody giving all the love to Jay. Can't be cinema if it's live. It's theater. Of course, theater.
Yeah.
Throw that out there.
It's Shakespearean, if you will.
Right. Sup, C Money, EQ, Ronan, Vance, J-Boy, just in case we missed y'all. I like where this is going. I like it too.
Right. So the last woman standing match will be the main event per Michael Cole, and even mentions how this is 5 years in the making.
5 years in the making, and here we go. Last woman standing to top it all off. And I like that they're giving us these packages, making us give a shit and tell us what we're sticking around for.
Oh, absolutely. And for everybody that wants to sit there and come at, how women's wrestling is presented and everything like that, I think this is how you main event a show with women's wrestling. I mean, granted, it doesn't have to be a last woman standing match, but make us fucking give a shit instead of just ta-da.
I've been on the record, and I will fight tooth and nail anybody that wants to debate it. But I've been on the record that nobody's doing women's wrestling like WWE in 2024. TNA's close, but they've gone through some influx. But nobody is highlighting the women. Nobody is giving the women as much of the airtime. You know, the women aren't forgotten on this show. They aren't an afterthought. They are a part of key storytelling.
Well, absolutely. Speaking of afterthoughts, though, and not of key storytelling, we have DIY coming out right now.
Their entrance sucks.
Bro, I was like, what in the old Navy is this fucking bullshit?
DI,
change the channel.
Who thinks there's jealousy in Jimmy and Jay Uso storyline? It's all about, it's brotherly love. It's brotherly envy, Christian. You got it. You're right on the head.
Right. Ding. I think you who won the pony here? Absolutely. That's literally the entire premise of it. Hammerstone will make a good Thor. Yeah, but he's not in the Fed.
Right. Cody's here now. Yes, he is. As we are getting a commercial break. Up next, folks, let us know who you're taking. Are you taking DIY or are you taking the Creed brothers?
Right. I believe you were taking DIY. I took Creed. So yes, let us know, folks, who you're taking here.
I'm gonna go DIY, even though I'm not.
Yeah, you go DIY yourself there. Just use the sock. What?
It's been 5 years since the infamous punch. Time flies. It's crazy, right? 5 years ago.
Yeah, it makes you feel old.
Tyrell saying that Jay gonna turn on Cody at Mania. Nobody trusts anybody. What, like a very untrusting fan base.
Cody Rhodes is the new Sting of pro wrestling. Of anyone that is friends with him is just destined to turn on him.
Yeah. Too funny.
Creed's DIY. I'm picking DIY. Creed. So a little bit of a split. Hey everyone, hopefully you won't be upset with me. I will miss SmackDown because of the NCAA basketball tournament.
We're pissed. How dare you?
So infuriated. No, you can always just watch
this. Isn't NC2A for life. What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
NC2A. That sounded so fucking Canadian. Respectfully.
Go Wildcats. Creed brothers for the win. Zero loyalty. Yeah, nobody trusts anybody. Or are you talking about the guy that's going to watch basketball instead of wrestling? No, I'm just kidding. Creed brothers for the win. We got all these ones. But yeah, I mean, again, very interesting tag team match coming up. We're going to see who gets into the mix. And yeah, I'm very curious to see how this one plays out.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and this would, I think, solidify pretty much the Raw side out of the 6 entrants, because that's going to be a match that's going to take a long good time. Right. That's going to be a good match, but it's going to be a holy shit. And that's the thing, is that they don't overdo it with the stipulations. I think that's the only, outside of what's at stake for the Roman, Rock, Cody, Seth tag team match, I think that's the only stipulation match we've had announced.
Right. Not much.
Yeah, I figured you were. That's what I was saying. Go DIY yourself.
Right.
Regeneration X for the win. Well, that could be
let's go
an aspect of it, of, you know, set up them versus Awesome Truth in the tag match.
Dun dun dun. All right.
As KJ takes a pause for the cause, absolutely. So I will remind everybody, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. I am in a commercial break. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We are back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow for Tuesday NXT. Wednesday, we've got Dynamite out there in KJ's backyard, Toronto, to where we've got the last, or we've, yeah, is it the last? It's I Quit match. Thank you. I just said thank you to myself. But yeah, it's an I Quit match between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland, because you can't say Christian and Edge because WWE owns the trademarks. And then Thursday we've got TNA Impact, Friday Night SmackDown. Actually, it'd be interesting. I don't know if we're going to stay for Rampage on Wednesday, because that's following up after that, because they're moving their whole time schedules and everything, I believe, because of basketball as well. But 100%, there's nobody out there that covers more live wrestling than we do. And 100%, make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. You know, we got the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships, everything. I think I even started a whole NCAA tournament bracket and everything. We've got the fantasy hockey league going. So 100%, you want to be part of the family here, because this is, you know, where the tribalism ends here. As I'm getting an ad for NXT tomorrow night, which, like I said, we will be here for 2 weeks to heat up Jay versus Jimmy. Isn't fair. Yeah, but do you need a month to tell a story about two brothers that, you know, hate each other when they've been split up for so long? Like, that's the thing, is I think this has really been building for quite a while, that you don't really need to, you know, it's already been cooked. You just need to reheat the fucker. As I've got Paul Heyman talking with Adam Pearce, saying how Jimmy and Solo was not authorized by The Rock or Dwayne, and Paul's out here, no tie. He's tieless here, so he's a little bit disheveled. So he's talking about fight. It's interesting to me of, now granted, he also first mentions it wasn't approved by The Rock. Didn't mention Roman Reigns first initially, mentioned The Rock first. But so Heyman saying that Jimmy Uso and Solo are already out of the building here. Go ahead, call my bluff. Now this is going to be interesting if they come up later tonight. He called Ryback what? John C. They only need to do one thing: bring Rikishi in as the special guest referee. It'll be plenty heated up from there. I think it's already heated up fairly well here, but yeah, that would work out pretty well. And I mean, especially if you just added the special referee gimmick to 2K24. I mean, I feel like it kind of works. It's a way to sell the game. Heyman hits him with the wink. Call Roman Reigns. Paul Heyman is the greatest manager ever. Absolutely. And that's also, like I said, of why I'm worried that if, now granted, Paul could be the one that, if Wyndham goes in, can withstand that, you know, tidal wave. But even then, I don't know if I want to see Paul's, you know, have to really compete against that, with all due respect, because I think it's big for Paul to be one of those guys that actually accepts getting his flowers. I think he's one of those that, you know, would rather be appreciated when he's done than while he's still going. But yeah, he is up there with, to me, it's him, Heenan. Shit, I was trying to think of more than two, but that's really it. I think that's your top two right there. That's your LeBron Jordan comparison right there. As I've got the Creed brothers coming out right now. So again, folks, if you haven't done so, let us know who you're taking, whether you're taking DIY or the Creeds to qualify for the tag team match at WrestleMania. As we got Creed is what you need as the sign. The new Creed brothers theme screams frat guys, which I guess is their character. Well, they kind of are just supposed to look like, you know, the collegiate wrestler. So, I mean, it kind of works, I would say. Never fear, Larry is here. Well, we already had Larry too, so now we got the OG Larry. Matthew, what up? Creed, it's Brock. He only talks like that when it's Brock. F5 on Gunther, I'm calling it. What now? Did I miss something there? Easy Bake, please show your homework here. As I've got Julius Creed and Tommaso Ciampa right now in the ring as they're pulling up the ratings for everybody involved from 2K here. DIY is in the ring doing nothing for 5 minutes. Yeah, seriously, that's always awkward a little bit. I'm smelling a really good match incoming. Well, we'll see. Yes, KJ is on a little pause for the cause right now. He'll be back at it like a jackrabbit. Juan, what up? Dale taking Creeds. Nobody calls Ryback, not even his own mother. Facts. Very true, very true. Yeah, so there, Pat's calling out how Julius Creed has cauliflower ear and everything. So they're really leaning into that. These guys are that collegiate style, like grind them out, gonna throw them around. And I think that's speaking of Brock. I know that's a forbidden term at this point. I feel, but that's really what they kind of built him a little bit on, and also even Christ, if you're gonna try and make Chad Gable serious, who's potentially, allegedly, speculative. There's speculation. I can't say the words. Is going to be in the contract center to try and make it a triple threat here. Put Chad Gable with the Creeds. Do a new Diamond Mine out here a bit, and I think that'd be a perfect way to go because that would add a layer of seriousness and authenticity, I feel, to Chad Gable, which has been lacking, as KJ likes to point out. Oh, assisted sliced bread there from Gargano off of Ciampa onto Julius Creed as both men slingshot splashes onto the outside as we're going probably to another commercial break right now as both men just tap each other on the shoulders. That spot used to be a lot more like, even just a little taunt and everything used to be a lot more impactful when they actually felt like, I don't know, they felt bland or something. Like, I know they felt bland, but it's just it's so weird there's something missing, but you can't quite exactly put your finger on what the fuck is missing, I feel, when it comes to DIY.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. And I picked a bad time because speaking of bland, no.
Hey, I've been there half a dozen times. You can have that.
But yeah, no, for sure. Like, it just, again, like the crowd seems to go quiet. Like they're not really sure who they're into here.
Yeah, well, it's like you mentioned earlier when we were here at the start of the pre-show and everything, of to where it's babyface on babyface. It's a little, who do we cheer for, because we're both supposed to like both of them. Now, how do you feel, as you're on your pause, and I brought this up before you came back, of they're really accentuating with the Creed brothers about them being collegiate wrestlers and everything. Like Pat pointed out, like the cauliflower ears on Julius Creed, that shows you what they're all about. Would you put them with Chad Gable, like Kyle mentions about if they'd fit with with Kurt Angle? Because I feel like it'd be almost that comparable-ish if you put Gable leaves the Alpha Academy and we get him heelish if you want to do it, with the Creeds, or even just with the Creeds in general.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've dabbled a little where they were kind of friendly with the Alpha Academy, and they were kind of like Maxine and Ivy were kind of friends, and
right.
I mean, that would be a good fit. It would really help to kind of validate the Creeds a little bit, and it might give Shorty a little more of an edge, opposed to Tozawa. No offense, Tozawa. I think you're funny, but
all the offense.
But at the end of the day, I mean, Kurt Angle would be fun. I just don't know how much Kurt Angle can bring, right? Like, I mean, obviously, he's not getting in the ring.
Oh no, I don't.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it's kind of in that same vein, but I don't know.
To me, it'd be in that same vein. It wouldn't be like if you went in a different time in a different era. Yeah, that's his greatest tag team ever. That's Shelton Benjamin and fucking Charlie Haas right there. But I think you could do something similar to that with, you have Julius and Brutus Creed there, and that's his kind of two heavies, and it provides a much more serious level to Chad Gable.
Yeah, I think so, and I think they could work it. I think they really could. I mean, I think there's potential there. Yeah, like I said, I think it validates them a little bit more than Tozawa does at the end of the day, but we will see for sure. This match rolls on. Yeah, we're on commercial break right now. We're rolling through. I see a lot of people in the chat. Make sure you get in there. Remember, we're here all week long. We got so much wrestling to bring your way, and we're heading towards our Mania Marathon, which we cannot wait for. It's going to be a fun one, and yeah, we got lots going on, so make sure you're a part of it, folks. And yeah, keep it coming. Keep that chat going.
Absolutely. We're still just barely outside of 2 weeks. That's crazy still to me to think of. It always feels like it's still like way down the road. It's like the fucking Super Bowl, how it just kind of creeps up on you here.
Like, oh shit, it's Super Bowl time. Let's go. Let's go.
Right.
Oh, Creed up and over as we come out of commercial break. Nice recovery, though.
Right.
Yeah, a little interesting. I mean, again, you're not really sure who you want to cheer for here.
Yeah, because somebody's got to theoretically work heel. And you don't really know who, because the Creeds just got up there. They're supposed to be, your call-up baby face. DIY just came back and just reformed. You're trying to get them over as a baby face.
Oh, a bit of a roll through here. Oh! As
Brutus.
That looked very formulaic, but it worked out and looked real pretty by the end of it.
Yeah. Oh. As now he's just throwing his brother onto Ciampa here. But yeah, I think it was his version of, like, you remember when they had it was a steel cage match on NXT to where Brutus or Julius had in like a sharpshooter and then picked someone up for a fucking power slam bomb and everything. I think that was his version of it, of like, I'll just roll through everybody here.
And again, I think the Creeds have a bright future. I think they're athletic. I think there's a lot there. I think Julius is the Shawn Michaels of the crew. Like, look what we're about to get here.
He's
even Pat screwing up the names.
Right. Yeah, but this man literally stood up out of it into a suspended suplex. And so this is Brutus can't do it quite as well. So you just get Gargano halfway.
They both kept up. I feel like Ciampa had a whole handful of Julius junk to get up there. I don't know.
Yeah, and the orange Julius.
I'll show you freshly squeezed.
Right, freshly squeezed.
Creeds for the win. My 59th birthday is 2 weeks from Friday. Big shout out, Curtis. Hopefully you spend some of that birthday with us. We will be here live on that Friday, as we are for all Fridays. But yeah, man, that's awesome, dude.
Right.
Hope I make it
to early birthday.
EQ.
May the forces of evil be confused on the way to your household.
There you go.
Wrestling for life.
I wonder if the Creed brothers used a different finishing move than their old finishing move. I haven't seen it yet, but I think they're still using the.
Yeah, no, we're about to get it right now here as you bring that up, or we're about to. As we're getting a list of most played superstars. Cody Rhodes, number 1.
There you go. People wonder if he's still the guy.
Yeah, they're just all like, so how do you lose to The Rock? How do you lose to Roman? How do you lose to Seth? Oh, pop-up knee into like a Samoan power slam almost.
Yeah, this match feels very like, okay, now do your thing. Like, there's been some sloppy spots because it feels very.
As Brutus out here celebrating with Pat, Julius is like, I gotta get in on this shit.
Yeah, don't forget about me.
Right. But no, this is really just smash them. This is just the second that the Creeds get any sort of momentum going, they're throwing DIY from fucking pillar to post here.
Right. The great thing about Triple H booking so far is that you're not just counting the days until the breakup and the feud with each other. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would say this, though. Like the DIY and maybe Karrion Kross might be the two kind of standout blemishes in my head for Triple H right now. Hasn't really made Karrion Kross overly relevant, and maybe the fans are just sick of him. And DIY kind of feels the same way.
I would add Bobby, and
Bobby's a good show.
That's the thing, is for every home run, he's had a few fucking foul balls and some dingers and shit. So there is an opportunity to course correct, but again, when he's hit it, it's a fucking grand slam. So
yeah, he swings that sledgehammer heavy when he's.
But pause. Steph can attest to that. But yeah, he's not without fault. It's not perfect booking by any stretch of the imagination.
Brett versus Owen had a much better build, and the feud was kept hot over a long period of time. They were able to have several great matches between them. I mean, we don't know that Jay and Jimmy aren't going to have further matches. So, yeah, historically looking backwards, yeah, I think so. But we're in the moment right now, so we don't know. And I actually don't mind the build. The hardest part about this build is the 2 separate shows, right?
Right. Well, this is going to be funny as I say this before I take a pause here. But so the discussion while you were on your pause was that we're pretty much just kind of now getting to really heat up Jimmy and Jay versus it really has been cooking before of like, no, we're going to use now the 2 weeks to actually get some momentum behind it here. But I will be right back.
Who's the most played in AEW Fight Forever? No and Buddy. Very good tag match. Good. I found like this match has had a few little like hiccups where they're really trying to set up. I mean, I give the Creeds credit because they go big. They go for these big spots. And being a little bit new, there's a couple moments we've seen in this match where they didn't quite hit it as clean as they would like. But overall, not a bad match. Back and forth. Good spots. I still think DIY is winning, but we'll see. I hope Chad Gable doesn't pull a Shawn Michaels and make it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. Christian, I'm kind of with you. We talked about this pre-show. We're still kind of trying to figure that out. We are on a commercial break, by the way, folks, if anyone was wondering. And yeah, no, I'm very intrigued by the triple threat. I want to know what they're going to do. But I think I don't want too many multi-person matches. Like the idea that somehow Liv or Nia or both work their way into the Becky Rhea match, I don't love. The idea that Chad might work his way into Sammy's match, I don't love. We're getting a triple threat for the other belt, so I'm okay with that. But there are, you know, ebbs and flows for sure where you don't want to overdo it. We appreciate it, Curtis, as always. Looking forward to it. And again, happy early birthday. And we'll remind us. We'll definitely say it again. I think the Creeds lack reps. They are barely on Raw. Now, do keep in mind, the one thing that WWE has that other companies don't is a lot of this talent works house shows. A lot of this talent spends time at the Performance Center. So, yeah, I mean, but they are green. Reps and time for sure, as we get a big DDT from Ciampa. Too many spots in the match, just left everything come naturally. Yeah, I mean, again, some of the transitions, we saw it there with the, you know, the really cool suplex spot into the pin combination. As Ciampa gets the hot tag to Gargano, bit of a pop from the crowd, drop kick coming in, and here goes Johnny. But again, yeah, some of the spots seem a little more two-stepping opposed to just dancing to the beat. Creeds for the win. I'll leave you to that. Abrupt commercial. Yeah, I'm surprised we went through 2 commercial breaks with this match, to be 100% honest. How was the vitamins? They're always good. Timing the commercial communication is a bit off in this match. So, yeah, the couple moments. Overall, not a bad match. Just definitely a couple moments that were a little clunky. You could see them thinking, all right, what's my next move? Cross is like top dollar. One thing has defined him in the main roster run, and the fans won't forget. The mask and the roll-up by Jeff Hardy. Yeah, I mean, that's my fear with carrying this. They just can't seem to get by it. And I wonder if when DIY first came in, they were kind of half-booked, not booked great. They lost more than they won. Ciampa was recovering from injury or went on the injury reserve after that. So, again, it took some time to kind of, again, I just wonder if they'll ever get to that point. White noise from the second row. 2. We got a 2. Hot take. I think Jimmy wins that Mania. Interesting. I like it. We'll see. That's a tough one to call. You're not necessarily in the wrong there. Great rivalry. They nearly tried to kill each other at every chance they could. So, yeah, I get it. I'm with it. I have no issue with the build. I want to see Roman eat a hot dog. Okay. Eat dog food. Oh, I read that wrong. We've been down that road. Let's not go back there. I got DIY. Good to know. As Ciampa laying in the chops on Julius. The Creeds are very talented, but still green. Maybe they need more time in NXT or just more time on Raw, wrestling consistently. Yeah, and like I said, I think there are opportunities there. I do know they use the house shows. somebody posted a thing now that the Tozawa is like 0-25 against Omos in on house shows. So there's definitely a system set up for the young talent to improve. But to put them on a Monday night, have a good match, let them have time to cook, as the crowd cheering for the men exchanging slaps and punches. Oh, and Julius just barrels them down, turns it into an ankle lock. The crowd's definitely awake now. It's either CM Punk or Jeff Jarrett. There you go. Oh! Julius throws in an armbar and goes right back to the ankle lock. Oh, and ankle lock to Gargano. The brothers both looking for the tap out. There's no way. There's no way. Oh. Oh. Double reversal. Both men into the Gargano escape. Well, actually, one's a crossface, one's a Gargano escape. Woo! And the Creed's just picking them up. This is good. This match is a banger. Yeah, no, it's definitely good. And the Creeds just throw Johnny and Ciampa off of each other. OFF off. Just flick them. Moonsault from the second rope. Moonsault from the top rope. 2, 2, 2, 2. Let's go. No, not often. Gorgeous moonsaults. Up goes Ciampa. They're setting up the Doomsday Bomb. Ciampa ducks. The ref dives. Oh, we got a delay. Oh. Super kick. And we got it. On the roll up with the assist from the super kick. Hell of a match. Got the fans on their seats. Out of their seats. Edge of their seats, maybe. What? Oh, this is good. So DIY is going to WrestleMania. That match had its moments, especially at the beginning where we're like, all right, crowd's a little quiet. Where are we going to go with this? And it just got to a good boil. And it just started bubbling and cooking. And man, I really enjoyed that match. I'm not going to lie. Good match. I love it. Wow. Good match. Why was the ending bad, Larry? I would love to know why you think that ending was bad. I thought the way that match came to a conclusion, it worked to a fever pitch and ended. I thought it was great. As Andrade in the back with the Judgment Day, looking like they might want him to join. 1-0. Yes, 1-0. Good match. 1-0. 0-1. You want Creeds? They brought the crowd back. They woke the crowd up. They really did. From the second commercial break to the end of the match was absolutely solid. What is Finn Balor wearing? Andrade saying, see you next week. Roll up protects the Creeds. I don't even think so. Oh, wait a minute. Damien doesn't seem too impressed with Andrade. I like this. Let's go. Again, and what I want to say quickly about this was it wasn't your typical roll-up. It wasn't like Ciampa slid in the ring and scooped him up and he got surprised and didn't kick out in time. He ate a super kick into a roll-up, which was a reversal of a roll-up. I think we're going to allow this a roll-up. I think we're good with it. Let's go. Creed's lost. Well, that's that. No, the Creeds can lose. They're young. They're going to lose a lot. Crowd erupts, man. That is the biggest pop for DIY that I can think of since they've been kind of on this run, trying to find themselves. Trying to figure out what they're saying. Dom's trying to make things right. Thank you, EQ. I try. I need the old Balor back. I can't stand this version of him. I think you're not supposed to understand this. Like, you're not supposed to love the heel Finn, right? I mean, if everybody, I get it. I get what you're saying. I found Finn Balor was a bit bland as a babyface, though. I like Finn with a little bit of an edge. Bullet Club Finn. Fuck you, Finn, if you will. Why Finn? Why? You looking? I mean, a little interesting. It's like he borrowed something from Seth. That kick from Gargano was too easy for a pin right away. He got kicked in the face. Good match. What do you mean? He legit, after a 15-minute match, when he's tired, he got kicked in the face. This tells me, this is, again, Larry, I love you, but, I mean, come on. This is because super kicks are just nothing nowadays. They're the equivalent of a punch. But he was in the middle of a roll-up and got super kicked in the mouth and ended up pinned. I'm down for it. Like, the fact that a super kick actually held the guy down for 3 seconds, I think we're perfectly fine with that. As long as you get the finish right. The finish is so important. I find too many modern matches, the finish comes out of left field. If you watch that match right now, it started slow, a little more methodical, and then it gained pace, and then it gets to the point where you legitimately have that build where the crowd's just like, oh my God, they're going to win. Oh my God, they're winning. And I think, unless I'm foolish, there were a couple moments where I was like, oh my God, the Creeds are going to do this. That double moonsault, the mid-rope moonsault followed by the top rope moonsault, beautiful. Thought that was a great pinning opportunity. I like what they did. When Julius Julius initially got the roll up, I thought, I think it was done well. I really do. But it's so funny, like, to think of, like, it was too easy off that kick. Got kicked in the mush. And I don't know if anyone out there has been kicked in the mush lately. It tends to take you out. At least it should. Are they replacing Priest with Andrade? Very possible, very interesting, very curious.
Well, speaking to go on to your last point of people who have been kicked in the mush, I think we saw that last week on Tuesday between Gigi and Ariana, 2 women who got kicked in the mush. But yeah, of course, though, I leave and the match just goes insane here. Like, I think people have been ruined by modern wrestling in that they're used to the finish of the match happening in the middle of the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, I completely agree with you. We've been on here dozens and dozens of times going, oh, fuck, they did the shitty roll-up finish.
Right.
Great.
And then can go back and find the point where they should have ended the match.
Yeah, that was perfect. And I mean, again, it does show, like, a super kick got a pin? Yeah, it used to all the time.
Yeah, that used to be effective.
Mm-hmm.
Raven saying, I hope Andrade doesn't join the Judgment Day. It seems to be going that way, which is very horrible by a ton. I almost thought that they said by a
right.
10.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting. So they do a segment in the back. Damian, again, seems to be the guy that doesn't quite gel with the group. And I'm wondering if, they're letting us know that they announced Thunderbolt Patterson. People got to get over this whole, like, he never really fought in the Fed. It doesn't matter.
Well, we've had this discussion.
Doesn't matter.
No, I'm saying that we've had this discussion. So don't act all high and mighty of, like, well. Yeah. But that is an interesting class so far. I mean, you've got Bull Nakano, Paul Heyman, Muhammad Ali, Wyndham, and Rotunda. And then you've got Thunderbolt. I almost want to say Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt Patterson.
There we go.
As we're getting a replay of...
Are we going to replay the dead brother?
We're getting a replay of the dead brother insult.
Bro, this is just so fucking awkward. Like, it's not even what she said. It's just the whole thing.
The whole situation
as a whole was awful.
I love. Listen, the IWC will protect a pretty blonde lady, and they really get offended if somebody insults a pretty blonde lady. I will say that.
Yeah. Well, and it was just so fucking out of the blue and everything. Well, can I bring up something that's probably more interesting that I missed while you were on your pause because I was halfway talking over the gentleman and I rewatched the clip. So Paul Heyman, while you were on your pause, was
Yes.
backstage talking about how Heyman
Yeah.
they didn't condone Solo and Jimmy being there, and they've already been thrown out of the business and everything. Building words. Building, former New Generation wrestler. But how Heyman hinted at, when I'm here for official business, it's going to catch everybody off guard. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. And that really kind of sounded like dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
dun,
come on now.
dun, dun,
Come on
dun.
now. But what do you do with them if you bring them back at this point?
I see. He shows up for the contract signing.
I don't want that. We talked about it last week.
Nobody wants it, but yeah.
Oh, by the way, we got a tag team match going on, so more tag team action. Indy.
Oh, she missed that by a fucking mile.
Yeah, she really did. And Candice have moved into heel status. Heel-ish status.
Candice is a heel. Indy is just tall.
Well, it's just tall.
Yeah, and right now it's Indy and Catanzaro out here going a mile a minute, and
Cat grabbing her knee.
Ah, fuck.
Watch, Maxine gonna come out to join in.
Well, no, we're gonna see how if this is legit or if this is shoot, if they end the match or
this is worky.
Yeah, I feel like anything with Indy feels worky because I don't think she knows how to act like a human being, much like Maxine. Indy's kind of still always that, same pale face.
That was a shit match, but I like the finish. And Indy's like, I don't know what to do. At least she's being the poison. I don't like Candice. That was a poison pixie move, so I'll give her that.
But that's though, like we were saying, that was very working. But that shows Candice is the heel, Indy's indifferent. That's the Indy indifferent.
Yeah. So Indy's not quite the heel. Maybe she won't become the heel. Yeah, I don't know. At least it's something. Because
it eventually goes to where Candice gets sees that she's selling, and he gets tagged in and then goes for a fucking submission on it. So that's worky. And that she's instantly, everybody else stopped because, she's hurt. And Candice is like, fuck you, I'm winning this match.
Yeah, we fight to the finish here.
Right.
Hey, KJ and everyone, I hope everyone is doing all right and good for them. I was expecting a promo from Cody when he came out to save Jey Uso, but we surely didn't get it. I'm okay as we're getting a replay of the Hollywood Rock entrance.
Where we got we got the old school music. Now he cut the whole concert with the Rock. But you were saying about the promo with Cody. I wasn't expecting one.
My fear with Cody, and we've talked about this just in the past, when he just comes out to the ring every week and gives a 10-minute monologue, you start tuning Cody out. As much as everyone loves Cody, he can overtalk, and he is squeaky clean. So unless you were going to do like a specific angle, like if he came out and did his own Rock concert, I thought would have been adorable. There's something there, but him just answering doesn't serve the story well to me.
Are you though? Well, and I agree with that. You can't keep doing. So what do you guys want to talk about? But are you of the mindset that we need to finally see pissed off Cody Rhodes instead of this just constantly playing second fiddle? Like outside of the media scrum press conference thing that they did in Vegas, we haven't seen actually pissed off Cody Rhodes. Everything else I feel has been kind of more, he's been playing a backseat to Seth, to Dwayne. He again, this is a Roman Cody match, and those two guys don't feel like the prominent figures in this feud.
No, see, and I don't think he's been outshone by Seth. I thought Seth was kind of like the extra wheel in the whole party, to an extent. And I do get what you're saying. I think you can't have Cody go crazy 3 weeks away. Like this Friday, Cody is going like they didn't advertise The Rock for Friday. They didn't advertise Seth for Friday. They advertised Cody Roman face to face. That is Cody's moment to. Cody does have to get some nalgas. Like he's got a fucking.
You have no marbles.
Yeah, we need some marbles. We need some heat. Your mom's been insulted. Your dog's been insulted. Your dad's been insulted. Your existence has been insulted. You have to stop playing the political game, and you got to get ready for a fight. So I do understand, but the fact that they have us to a point where we're like, get him. That is their job to get us into that emotion.
Yeah, well, and absolutely. And I do think that what we are going to get on SmackDown should hopefully be that really solidifies those two going at it.
Yeah.
Because everything else has been the background noise being the prominent picture.
Yeah, I think you leave Rock at home. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you let Cody and Roman tell the story that they are trying to sell because it's technically their story. Everyone else is just supporting character, except one of them's huge.
Yeah, one of them's the supporting character that just wants to be the main lead here. As we still may get a Cody promo, as we've got Cody walking backstage. So
we're not done.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it all day, though. I was like, man, it would be really cool if the lights went down and a spotlight came on and Cody shocked the world and he's just sitting on a stool. And I'm like, I mean, he doesn't have to be the greatest singer to give us a little bit of bluesy jam, right?
I mean, no one's saying that The Rock's a great singer. I mean, trust me, we found out on SmackDown that, what can I say except you're welcome was very much auto-tuned.
Right.
I do think that both him and Roman need to really nut up or shut up pause on this whole situation of make us feel this feud versus Dwayne and Cody or Seth and Dwayne or Roman and Seth or anything like this. Is you really need to solidify the core of this.
Yeah, I mean, you need to dig in, right? Like you gotta continually turn the dial. If you're at the same level every time you see you, if you're always at a 6, eventually we're gonna get bored. You need to get to 8, 10, 12. We got to turn up the fucking volume here.
Right. Well, the SP freely. Cody's like, it's okay to talk smack about my mom, but when it comes to my pets, that's when it crosses the line.
A lot of people out there like that.
Yeah, we call them weird.
Oh, Daniel, shut up.
You want to read it?
No, I'm good. That's
the guitar strums. Who wants to list with Codelias?
Made my night. That's awesome.
Well, since Cody's brother left him, he found a new place to dwell.
I wanted a Cody concert. Let's go.
Right? We got the knee pad police though, in effect. No one expects the knee pad acquisition. So if that Candice indie match happened on Dynamite, people in this chat would say it was a bad thing.
The first thing I said, it was a bad thing. It was a shit thing. It was a terrible match.
No one said it was a good thing. Yeah. Vin, I mean, Vin. Yeah, no.
No, but everybody makes fun of my favorite show. That's bullshit. At the end of the day, guys, listen, that was not a good match. The only thing I said was a wrestler I give nothing about, no shit. None, zero, zilch. Candice actually is stepping out to try and be heelish. That was the only benefit of that match. The match, that was the only reason for that purpose. And it didn't even feel great because I don't really care about Candice at the moment. And Indy being indifferent about a heelish Candice, all right. But yeah, no, it was just waste, airtime.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why are we hating on women's wrestling? But yeah, that was 100%. I think that's this is the most character work that Candice has done in her entire WWE career. I would have
preferred. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Sorry, Nick. I would have preferred if it was a decent match with that finish instead of just like a shitty set of like 3-4 moves and then that finish.
It feels like you could have had that fucking finish in like 3 seconds. Like the match was irrelevant to anything that happened.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So yes, so Vin,
yeah.
And if that was a match on Dynamite, it would have went 15 minutes.
No, at the end of the day, we call a spade a spade. It's a bad match either way, whichever fucking 3 letters you want to throw in front of it. Daniel was saying Pharaoh's going to turn on Cody and cost him the match at Mania. He'll come out to the ring explaining Cody gave him milk bones when he wanted begging strips and had to learn a lesson.
Right.
He's going to come out there like Timon and Pumbaa. Are you waking?
Yo.
We're getting a preview for this. Bo! My brother.
See, you like that Bo stuff about his brother. If they translate, that's what I've been wanting.
But it's for the documentary, so let's.
But that's the Bo that I want to transition.
There.
I want.
I get it. This is a little blue balls, though.
Hang tight. I don't think that's a done deal yet. And I think the fans would go nuts for Bo doing it. But man,
I get that. And my whole thing with that is, how do you not end that without it being like world champ or something? Like, where's the end? If it's just built on the memory and the sympathy and everything, where's the end game?
No, I think it's the continuation. I think it's the moving on. I think it's the getting past that. And Bo Dallas done right. I mean, he was an NXT champion. I could see him with gold in the WWE somewhere. I mean, we got so many belts. Why not give him if you're built up properly, why not? I mean, if Husky Harris could be world champion, why couldn't Bo Dallas?
I'm not arguing the fact of even Bo Dallas being a champion. I'm arguing going off of that and everything, as we've got the Fireflies, so I hate bringing this up.
Now we get
the Fireflies transition into Cody, which
but I love it. I love Bo talking about his brother, talking about how he felt about his brother. And again, none of it to me, from what they've teased or what I've seen out there, the idea that it's not a tribute to Bray. It's a continuation of Bray's work within somebody. And I think it would work. I think it would get over. I think it would be outstanding. And I have no reason to think that they would fuck it up.
I'm not saying that I think that they would fuck it up. I'm just more of wondering, what's the end game? Where do you get out of that situation? Like,
I don't understand what do you mean? Where's the end game? I think that's his character. Like he is a new character.
But you can't do a tribute act for fucking.
But it's not a tribute
5
act.
years.
It's not a tribute act. It is a new character from the breath of the old characters. So it's not a tribute act. It's not the same. It's not trying to pay. Like, you have your moment. I am me, and then I move on. And you let the character develop like any other character. And Bo continues strong. I don't believe we're just going to do Bray stuff as a tribute to Bray. The way they've built it right now, the way Bo is trying to build it is I'm taking all the pain from losing my brother and I'm moving forward. This is the new evil.
But we right now don't know if Bo is even trying to build it. Like, that whole thing was an advertisement for the documentary and everything like that. So that's the thing, is I guess I'll meet you more when we get to that path and everything. We're at an impasse with that, I feel, but to me, we're not even at the point to where he's running that character. I think I'm emotional and I'm waiting to see what they do with this whole documentary. And that's going to be fucking Tissue City and, pints of Ben and Jerry's all around.
Yeah. I don't imagine. I think it's going to be absolutely outstanding.
And so we're clearly setting up for a Cody promo here right now. But yeah, to me, we can discuss the whole Bo thing if and when that manifests into something actually outside of just speculation.
I really wanted to
promos.
I really wanted to, and to see him in the documentary. And again, still kind of talking in that same breath we've seen him talk. That it gives me excitement. I get instantly jazzed at the idea that Bo could do this, and I really, really want it. But here we go with the Cody fucking promo.
Are you surprised that he's not narrating it? Last thing I'll say.
No, I understand why the Taker's doing it.
Fair enough.
It's not about the closeness to Bray. It's about the overall impact, and Taker makes sense.
It's that passing the torch. It's phenom to phenom.
Yeah. Cody better not start crying for the 17th week in a row. I'm in.
There's no crying in wrestling.
Bo does it.
Boy.
You just made the list.
What the fuck, boss?
I will put on Ozzy Osbourne's No More Tears if he begins to cry. Let's hope he doesn't. I don't want him to cry this week. He's got to be a pissed off Cody this week. Well, I just said I would be fine without him.
Are you surprised that there was so many people that like were upset about people saying maybe he shouldn't cry?
No, I mean, people are stupid. You want to bring emotion into this. You want it to make authentic.
People are stupid.
People are stupid. You can't do nothing. It feels so fake and da-da-da. So then he gets emotional and they're like, pussy. You're like, fuck. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, but then you had people that were mad because saying he shouldn't have done that. They want it to be real, and then the second it gets real, they don't want it, but they want it to still be real. There's no pleasing them.
Mm-hmm. I missed that, Cal. Did he not ask? What do you want to talk about?
Oh, I did not hear it. I think he might have skipped right past it. Oh, so he's mentioning the term heel. Oh, we're not dumb. It's a little bit of an insider term. We know what it means.
Talks about Flair, Arn, a list of others.
Now, is it interesting to bring up Flair when Flair sat there and bent the knee to Dwayne, saying, "You're outclassing me"? I think you're an asshole.
Big pop.
Don't get set $7 team. Woo wings.
They could be a big woo for fucking Flair being called out. I like it.
I think this man's just petitioning for a job.
They don't like me over here. Help me.
They won't let me have another match. They won't let me blade. Once they started chanting something else, you went and cried to your buddies on the TKO board. So he's calling Rock the crybaby here. It's going to be this great PR for The Rock until it wasn't.
Cody Rhodes calling TKO a bunch of yes people.
Right. Wow, your shirt looks so big. Yes. Stuff. They didn't censor the word asshole. Yes.
If you space it out, you can say ass and hole on the same channel. You just can't say it really fast and put it together.
Yeah. They break it up like you're talking about two different things.
Donkey.
One's a donkey and one's a hole.
A carny succubus. Just call The Rock a whiny bitch.
Oh, now, is it a thing though a little bit with Cody's promos that unlike his daddy, where it's hard times out here, baby, and he talks to the common man, Cody talks over people's heads at times a little bit.
Sometimes. I mean, again, you can't fault the guy for being intelligent.
I get that, truly, but yeah.
Bringing up Rock's mom. She's a wonderful lady.
I will take your wife, Mrs. Miley, out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again.
Is that a sign? Everyone keeps hoping for like a sign. Is this the TV14 finally? I mean, I think they might, dabble.
it's not even one of those, the revolution will not be televised, it just won't be announced. Like, it'll just happen, and
Yeah.
it'll just gradually become the norm.
She ain't afraid of you, Rock. I'm liking this shit.
Well, he's finally got some huevos.
Yeah, a little bit of
Zabu is pleased. He has marbles.
Right, a little bit of fucking piss and vinegar in this one.
Right, you got stones.
Wrestling.
The world heavyweight champion, somebody you should respect very much. Cody wearing black because he's evil. Oh no, run. Nah, he's gonna do it all like Johnny Cash of,
Right.
The man in black. He's the Dark Knight. Hell, I don't know if I'm gonna finish the story. You're probably not. Just saying.
Interesting. WWE talent was crying over it. Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I think that's bullshit. I think it's made up.
When the main source of that is Meltzer, I call shenanigans.
You like Cody going into Triple H and saying, yeah. He goes on social media and says
the bad man said the bad words. The bad man said the bad words.
Yeah, no, fuck off. I struggle with that.
No, see, that's the other company with the 3 letters that they all act like children. This company acts like adults. What?
No, as long as The Rock is selling the event, nobody involved gives a fuck what he says.
Right.
And anger Cody is the best form of Cody. No more crying like crybabies. It's a much better approach, I think.
Right. No more nuggets.
We get a Yo Mama battle between Cody and The Rock.
Shit, I was trying to think of Yo Mama jokes off the fly. That would have worked. I couldn't think of any.
If I start, I won't stop, and none of them are polite or non-offensive.
Oh, I was trying to think of ones that would fit. Like, Yo Mama's so fat, I can't even hit the people's elbow.
Excuse me.
My name is Paul. Hey, well, this is official business, so this isn't. Dun, 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 dun.
Could you imagine?
Ladies and gentlemen, he looks so unkempt though, without a tie and everything. He looks very much more like fucking Cobblepot than Paul Heyman.
Rock's mom was a nice lady.
Right, yeah. I will take your mom out for a nice seafood dinner and never call her again. As Cody is, I like that he instantly starts looking behind him. He's learning.
Right.
Ball. Just talking down everybody. I want an apology. I'm not leaving until I get an apology. Hey, Paul even admitting, though, for a wise man, that was pretty getting stupid, because the plan didn't work. I apologize, you son of a bitch.
Right. Oh. Ask
You're
permission.
a Hall of Famer, Mr. Heyman.
Wow.
Now, see, this is going to be interesting because Cody's going to show Heyman respect, which is something that Roman may or may not be doing. So, layers, folks. a message. So this is all just a whole setup for SmackDown.
Yep. That's what all this has been. Breadcrumbs for each show.
And notice how Heyman doesn't get in the ring.
No.
The pinstriping, no, Ty is just still killing me. He's out here looking like a fucking Dick Tracy villain. Yeah, so we're bringing up SmackDown and the repeat from right back. Roman ought to be there to say to Cody face to face, why is Roman? Nah, Roman ain't lazy. They hyped up WrestleMania too much. Nobody cares about Raw till then. What the fuck? What?
No, that's not accurate. As a fan, I'm enjoying the fuck out of Raw. So
they made it too good. So no one wants to watch the shit beforehand. Like, I'm too excited for the movie, so I can't sit and watch the trailers. What the fuck are we saying?
Does that not speak to a very modern day fan idea of, all right, we don't need the story, just get to the match, get them in the ring. And you're like,
Right, but as somebody who both of us of a certain vintage, and I'm sure a good chunk of our audience and everything, respectfully, and those we wish to hopefully explain this shit to you, just no fucking let shit build.
yeah.
You don't instant gratification. It is such a fucking problem.
Yeah, for the younger fans out there, go download the A&E app, go find the Rivals section, and go learn how long rivalries used to last. Go learn how many months people had to wait.
Tonight they're bringing up a fucking feud that's 5 years in the making. Fuck are we talking about?
Right? Let it build. I have no problem with this.
We got Paul, same as last year. No.
T's and P's to the kitty, buddy.
Meow, meow. The black suit is fire, though. Yeah.
So Paul basically saying Roman will show up to SmackDown alone. You do too.
Ooh. But that's, again, what we talked about, and what I like and what I want is really these two to establish themselves as the focus of this.
Right.
They've been there, but it's been clouded.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Shorb.
Homelander, Cody Homelander reference. Yeah. I missed Shorb too, but
we're Nia Jax looking I don't know.
so glow. Oh yes, it's ladies' night and you feel all right.
Jay will be at SmackDown with Cody. Interesting. Nia Jax Gray. Macy Nia Jax Gray.
Nah, she out here really fine.
I don't know, man. She looking a little.
Like I said, it's a little soul glow, but we can rock with it.
There's a lot to take in.
That's how you know the sign of a good woman. It's a lot to take in.
You know what's funny, Richard? I kind of agree with you. I felt like the back end. I think if Paul had stayed out, like didn't walk out to the ring, just set his piece from where he was, it got a touch long for me.
Yeah, you kind of could have gotten to your point, you know, a little bit sooner here. So I've got our good old fighting Irishman after St. Patty's Day out here, Rick O'Shea.
Yeah, Dirty Dom Ricochet. Interesting.
Surprising.
Brandy. Everyone's been asking, what's up with Brandy? What's up with Brandy? Samoa Jill. That is beautiful, Jackie. Samoa Jill. Facts.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jill.
Dun, dun.
Jill.
Jill.
As we go to commercial break, ladies and gentlemen, the show is rolling on. Been a fun one here on the channel tonight. I see over 90 people hanging around with us. Remember, we are here all week long. We got streams popping up for tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day.
What?
Make sure you strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, and be a part of the fastest growing channel out there. Join all the fun. And again, we just do it different, folks, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We call it the way we see it. We're not biased in any direction. We're just happy to watch wrestling.
Trust me, nobody's paying us to do this shit. But our shit is raw. But I do see, like you said, like 90 some odd people watch with us, but I saw about 56 likes and everything like that. Like, so we should see, let's see if we can get that number to even out a little bit more, you know.
Where's the load?
But again, yeah, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. We just cover pro wrestling live more than anybody else and on a different level than anybody else. I'm just randomly clicking now. I don't believe anything that Roman says. Oh shit, he's heel. All we could know, it would be a huge setup live with Jay coming to save it. So going instantly to Jay just goes back to the bloodline. Does that not kill the whole
No, that's not gonna work.
Jimmy J match?
Yeah, that's not gonna work. If anything, Cody's gonna show up alone. Roman's gonna show up. Then you're gonna realize Roman lied, and he's gonna have other people there. Jimmy and Solo probably, and then will Jay show up? Would someone show up?
Debut for somebody?
Maybe. Now people have talked about the other. I mean, I've been begging for them to give me more Samoans, which
you're like a girl. You're like a fucking disgruntled shopper at a fucking Girl Scout table there. I want more Samoas.
I want more Samoas.
Yeah, just you get a Lance Anawahi, you get a Jacob Fatu. Mm-hmm. You kind of build them into the fold here of
Right. No sign of Seth or Drew yet. Yeah, there has been no sign of either tonight.
Is that interesting to just over 2 weeks out into WrestleMania that essentially your Raw World Title feud is not present, prevalent, or pertinent on your show?
Well, the show's not done yet, so I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I wonder.
Well, we got about. Oh fuck! I forgot this fucking 3 hours. Jesus, I was about to say. I was like, well, we got about 45 minutes, and I'm like, no, there's a whole other hour. I was gonna say because we've still got the last woman standing, which that's got to get some time. We've still got
another tag match.
2 more. Have we already had 2?
No, we got 2 more.
We have 2 more tag matches, so. Could be, you know, a little hard pressed.
Right. I haven't played 2K24 yet. I've been busy.
I have not. I've fucking waffled on if I want to get it or not.
In time. Cody's promo was pretty good. I thought Cody's promo was solid. Thought it got a little long because he went for so long and then Paul went for so long. If he would have went long and then Paul stayed in the entranceway and made his point quicker, I think it would have worked better.
Valid. Now I'll bring something up as we're in commercial that I had somebody bring up to me earlier today. With the main event even has the Becky and Seth stuff run its course too much because it's kind of been the same thing throughout this whole time. Like I feel at this point a little bit like Seth right now is just doing big time Bex, just the male version.
I'm not sure what the question is in all that.
As in, has Seth and Becky, is that why people have felt like they've run their course and that they've kind of been overused and oversaturated too much because they've kind of seemingly stayed on the same path, same trajectory for X amount of time here?
I don't know. I mean, I think that's, I don't think so. One's been the world champion. One's been a top contender. I think everybody kind of expected. I don't see that people are wavering on them. I'm not really sure what is being questioned as far as their trajectory.
Well, you saw people that were upset that we're getting Becky that won the match at the Chamber and everything. Well, we've already seen that.
Were people upset?
That. I saw it.
Other than Liv fans, we all expected her to win the Chamber. So I don't know. I'm not really sure what to answer with that one. I think Seth, I mean, again, could Seth use a little bit of a drop the belt and take a breath? I think that'd be okay with that for sure. Hey, you never know. Becky might beat Rhea at Mania.
As Jay right now dapping up Cody here. They ain't gonna be there alone. You need to be so everybody that's saying, oh well, Jay's gonna be there with Cody.
Yeah. Road. The Pat
Avengers
O'Strader.
assemble here.
The Pat O'Strader, by the way.
That sounds slightly wrong.
Right? Look, see, he slipped.
Look, my eyes as I was
right, as Ricochet and Dom Dom in the ring, ready to go. Who you taking? Who you taking? I got Dom for the win.
I almost tore my ACL earlier.
Anthony pumped about Masha versus Shayna. Couldn't wait. I love that they did this.
Oh, absolutely. And do you think this is a one-off, or is this the first?
I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be a one-off. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. I think there's a way to take advantage of this relationship. And again, I think Triple H is very smart, knowing who he's up against and how Tony Khan functions. Why can't our athletes be highlighted on these shows? They're going to outshine, the other companies, people that are on these shows.
Yeah, but you want somebody on your show in a death match going through four planes of glass and everything like that with barbed wire, and then turn around and have a regular singles match on your show.
Well, I think first and foremost, I think that would be part of the discussion, and that's why she's going to Bloodsport opposed to.
Oh, I get that. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, why not? And I think, remember, the WWE is very aware that their fan base, the WWE universe, there's only a percentage of them that know what GCW is. That if she does get in and the people who know, like if they put it on Raw, like this is what Shayna did this past weekend. And she's bleeding everywhere, it might actually jazz some people.
Valid. Does it take away from any blood spots that you could do or anything like that?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be an issue. I don't think WWE is looking for many blood spots. So we'll see when they get to Netflix. But I don't think their intention of like, well, if she bleeds on that show, she can't bleed on this show.
Well, no, and I'm just saying. It is extrapolating something well beyond where we're at now, but it'd be one of those of if you have, say, even like a Matt Cardona and he's out there and he's, draped in blood and everything, and he's going to turn around and have a singles match, and then say Cody gets busted open. That doesn't seem as impactful.
I don't think it matters. I don't think there's any connection at all. I think they're so far removed from each other. Nobody's going to be sitting in the crowd going, "Oh, Cody's bleeding." No, Like if somebody bleeds in WWE, everybody in the audience is like, "Oh my God, blood!" And I think it will always be that.
Right.
I don't
think it's currently there, but I'm saying again, like I said, I'm extrapolating well beyond here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the fan base is enough of a crossover fan base to give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think the one is ever going to take from the other. I don't, and the bigger one's always going to win. So whatever happens on the bigger show is going to be more important. I think
Pruma deserves a better match than Dom. No, what?
Nah, Dom.
We haven't seen Ricochet in a match really outside of the Gauntlet match in at least a month or two.
Yeah, I mean, again, very selective with his. I mean, the Gunther match, which got critically acclaimed. That Gunther match with Dom, a lot of people liked how that match played out and what Dom brought to the table in that match. I think people get stuck on it, and I get it. He's a heel. We're not supposed to cheer for him. But, I mean, as a heel, he did very well against Gunther.
Yeah, but we were talking about Ricochet.
Ricochet, we haven't seen it all. I'm glad he's back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to do something with Ricochet if you're going to keep him in the fold. Ricochet's a guy I think would benefit from AEW. Get lost, but benefit temporarily.
Right. Richard saying allegedly Ricochet was concussed and was used for 2 months. Well, Yeah, he's. We haven't seen him actually have a regular match, like I said, outside of the Gauntlet match a week or two ago.
No, he had. Yeah, it was his big like return. So didn't he not? We got him at the Rumble, and then we got him in the Gauntlet match. We haven't had much other than that. No.
Yeah, I'm vaguely even remembering him in the Rumble. So maybe Ricochet beats Dom, and we get Andrade versus Ricochet next week. Maybe,
I'd be okay with that.
Right. Hunter bring back Shelton, put him with Ricochet. Well, there's the alleged that Shelton might go to AEW, and then that might upset certain other people that are waiting on a suspension, I feel.
Right. But we are back from commercial. Keep in mind, JD's at ringside, so I'm with you 100% on this one. Andrade, Ricochet. I would be very thrilled with a program with these two. Light it up. Let's go.
Bronco Buster there from Dom onto Ricochet. 1, 2 count.
When Raw goes Netflix, they could go TVMA. Yeah, but at the same time, you got to remember there's still a large contingent of young fans that they don't want to completely alienate. So they might push the issue, they might push the envelope because they can, but they're not going to go. They're not going to go to the point where they lose all the young fans. They're going to walk that line.
Yeah, and we had talked about it before, even when it was rumored of them doing it on USA and everything, of it would have been like, say, the last hour or anything like that.
Yeah.
If they do it past a certain point, like, put the women and children to bed here, it's about to get, oh, baby, I like it raw.
Right.
2 go.
Shayna versus Masha, let's go. It's going to be great. Bloodsport's a fun event. We will be here live for it, and yeah.
It really, lives up to its name and is something so unique to current pro wrestling that it really stands out for all the right reasons. Oh, spinning back heel kick from Ricochet onto Dom. Jungle Cat agility. Andrade versus Ricochet is one of my dream matches. I hope it happens next week. Rolls through.
JD up on the apron. Big drop kick. Now he eats one of his own, though.
Oh, we're going to set up the 619.
Has Ricochet reached his ceiling? He's pretty close to it. I think he's rubbed knuckles on it a couple times. But he gets the win.
3. I think now Ricochet's ceiling would be mid-card champ.
Yeah, which like I mean,
he's been close. He's been close.
In the mid-card champ.
He's there currently, but yeah.
He had a good rivalry with Gunther at one point. Yeah, I mean, he's a highly entertaining guy. I don't know how much further he could go. I mean, again, never say never, depending on the build. As we go to the back with Sami Zayn. Oh, fuck in hell.
As he was looking for Chad Gable.
Chad got a bit of a chip. Shorty G got a little bit of a toot.
I done told you.
I'm fine.
You put some respect on Little Angle's name.
I do not want or need Sammy winning the IC title at Mania. I'd rather Sammy win than Shorty at this juncture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're actually disagreeing.
You think the only one this matters to?
I got a family too, bro.
I like this because it's literally a fucking coin flip as to who turns.
I like it. Listen, if Chad Gable heel turns and you peg him,
Pause.
you can't beat Gunther. That's what this is about. Coming from the man who lost 3 times to Gunther, kiss my ass.
How dare he insult Canada?
What do you mean? You can't beat him either.
Valid. Like, it's not like you fucking were a world beater against this fucking guy.
Yeah.
So pop me kettle a little bit.
Gable speaking fact. I like this though. Sammy wins the Money in the Bank in Toronto. I like that. Have him and KO at the top of the ladder fighting over it.
Oh.
It's gonna be Sammy.
Oh, would you not side with KO on that? Like,
I would.
Well, no, I think it's so funny because there's so many dominoes that need to fall before that.
Yeah.
That depends on whether Cody wins, Roman wins. It changes that entirely.
Right. I like this one. Gable knows what he's talking about. He's lost to everyone.
I was Shorty G once. I know what it's like to suck.
Shorty G is upset. Yeah, he a little disgruntled.
Please keep this Sammy versus Gunther title match, one-on-one match for the love of God.
That's what I'm saying. Save Chad Gable's fucking heel turn for Sammy's in the ring celebrating on Monday Night Raw after Mania, and Gable comes out and chop blocks him and beats the shit out of him.
It could happen. We don't know what's happened yet.
That's what I'm saying. I want the Sammy win. I think he'll get a huge pop for beating Gunther, and then Gable can turn heel and go after Sammy for being able to do what he couldn't do.
But what if it goes reverse and then Sammy comes out and you robbed me of my opportunity? You sat there and you were better and da-da-da-da-da and everything, and goes at Gable of, you fucked me over. You had your chances. You had 3 matches, like you even pointed out.
Yeah.
And you lost every fucking time. And then you weaseled your way back into a fucking triple threat here. And you used that to your advantage. And now you screwed me out of my opportunity.
Very possible, but I'd rather it be a one-on-one match, especially with the U.S. title already being a triple threat. It bothers me that we're just shoving people into matches. For me, it's Jay and Andrade that I want to see win that IC title from Gunther when it's time. Whoo! Well, you might not get what you want on this one. Jay's busy. Andrade, we don't know. Gunther. Now, I mean, Gunther could win at Mania.
Yeah, but it's one of those, like, where do you have him drop it then? SummerSlam? Like, do we go all the way to then? Like,
yeah, or
do you have him drop it in Berlin?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'd rather him. See, if you drop it at Mania, then he can fight for the world title in Berlin, win or lose. I kind of like that.
He goes against Drew in Berlin.
Yeah, I would be okay with that. He's going to get a huge pop anyway as a baby, like in
facts.
Yeah, right. They are doing Rocky IV with Sammy.
Well, did you see their alleged report that they're trying to do kind of a Rocky underdog story with Cody going at Roman now and everything, because they were trying to at one point get Sly involved because Philadelphia. So I'm waiting for the dun, 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 dun.
That's how I think it should open. Here comes the contract signing, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. Tyvon, what up? Hey, Pro Wrestling Podcast, what up? 5 Whoppers and 5 more Whoppers. What?
All the Whoppers.
By the way, Whopper, second worst, like, signature burger out of fast food restaurants.
No.
Big Mac is the worst. Whopper's second worst.
No, Whopper's one of my faves.
Fair enough.
You give me an angry Whopper, I'm good.
Give me a Baconator all day.
Baconator's good. Baconator's good.
Sammy coming out right now. He's got the face, though, a little bit of like, I wish a motherfucker would.
Right.
It's like, I wish Chad Gable would come out here right now.
SmackDown was so fire. Oh,
no, sorry.
SmackDown was so fire in the past week, though, doesn't help tonight. What do you mean? That's such a weird thing to say. Because SmackDown was so good, which Friday, I mean, did have a bit of drop off in the overall views, but it was good. So we can't have a good Raw because we had a good SmackDown, or you feel like it's overshadowing?
Think about this, though. If someone said that out loud in terms of non-wrestling, you know, when we went and had dinner at that restaurant, it was so good. No meal can compare to it. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Gunther coming out right now.
Open other possibilities and storylines. I don't know what you said originally, Nick. Good to see you. Good to see you. Gable has lost his way. He's not what he used to be without Kurt Angle's.
I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it, but everyone knows the bit.
Right. Gable won by countout. Gunther's only loss on the main roster. That is true. Gauntlets are always an easy way to make someone look good enough going into a match. Remember when Kofi, when he looked beautiful with Brian, that one SmackDown one gauntlet. I mean, I said it when they did it. I'm not the biggest fan of gauntlets, really.
As I like how Pat's trying to be all supportive of Gunther now because Gunther's threatening to smack the shit out of him. As homie there in the Wu-Tang shirt has just had a sign for every situation because he came out here with a sign saying, you know, greatest IC champ ever. And I think it's the same one that had, you know, the Yeet sign earlier. Like, he's had a sign for every match.
You all heard that. Nick loves Big Macs. Send him Big Macs.
No, don't do that. They're bad. Terrible. It's more bread than fucking burger.
Is the Baconator Wendy's signature burger, or is it like a Big Dave?
There's the Dave's single or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. If you think Wendy's, you get the Baconator. You know the Baconator.
Yeah. Again, the spicy Baconator. If we can up the heat, I'm good.
Spicy Baconator? Is that a fucking thing?
You never had a spicy Baconator?
No, like I live in America where, granted, the food's trying to kill you, but just we don't get the test subject shit.
Yeah, it's got different kinds of cheese and
you're out there in like the Weapon X program of fast food.
Make it spicy.
Right. Just see if they survive and then we can sell it to the Americans.
Right.
Hey, as Sammy's out here just intense as shit, ask the Usos if they thought I was going to be the guy to end the longest tag team title reign in history. He's intense as shit right now.
He's ready to go. Signed, sealed.
As Gunther's out here, here come the man in black.
Whoppers are great when you're really hungry. Yeah. Just about
any food is great when you're really hungry.
Especially vitamin-induced hunger.
Vitamin-induced munchies, everything tastes fucking amazing. You become the Gordon Ramsay of bullshit.
Just throw it in there. Fuck it.
Everything together somehow tastes amazing. Fucking Reese's cereal and spaghetti somehow is fucking gourmet food when you're high off the vitamins.
Love Wendy's. The truth is, Wendy's was my first ever fucking job. It lasted 3 months.
Side note, out of the three of them, Burger King's my favorite. Just the Burger King by me sucks ass.
Really?
Oh, it's terrible. You don't go there. You don't go there.
But Gunther,
it's like the elephant graveyard in fucking The Lion King. You just don't go there.
Gunther's so good. Yeah, I'm with you, AJ. I just said it as that popped up, man. Gunther just letting him have it.
Whatever you need to do, dreaming, believing, keep on doing it.
I want Gunther to be the villain in the new Die Hard movie.
In every movie, fucking John Wick, fucking James Bond, Equalizer, him and Ilya, just they're the men in black.
It's official. It's official. Both men have signed.
The push Dijak sign, by the way, but yeah, we'll see. Does no one come out to show up? We're standing here quite long and waiting on this. Then again, it's a contract signing. Someone must go through the table. Sammy's saying, wait. Oh, I'm going to hate this respectfully if Sammy's the one that petitions Gable to be in this.
I don't know.
You don't think I believe? I believe in Sami Zayn.
And
I will always watch you.
Sami Zayn for IC champion. I'm with Damian. There you go. Nobody goes through the table. Intense exchange. Contract signed. It's
no
official.
interruption.
I like it.
Right.
Gunther's gold. I want Sami to take that belt. It's about time for a change. We need some belts that we're following Sami, though.
Yeah.
Is Sami just going to walk back and Rock see somebody?
I just kicked Stan.
Oh. I like that they just followed him right into another conversation like that.
That's a really good and really creative shot. Because you don't. When's the last time you can ever think that they've done something like that? And that doesn't follow Sami past this conversation. So it was a nice, really nice transition shot.
Right? Don't need karaoke. Some nice fire from Sami. I like it. I like it. I mean, you got the you got the champion who's, you know, basically arrogant, cocky. You can't beat me. You can hope, you can dream, you can wish, but you're only going to run into me. And so dream and wish all you fucking want. And Sami hell-bent on proving everybody wrong. It's perfect.
Well, absolutely. Gunther out here just being the Thanos of the IC division. Run from it, hide from it. I am inevitable. Oh, at the end of the day, you're going to have to fucking face me here. And Sami fired up as hell. Like, that's the thing, is especially with you, like, you've been the one of, yes, Sami solo in this, and Sami could win it. That's what you need, is to see Sami fired up and really get everybody behind him. But that transition shot was just perfect, by the way.
Yeah, a really, really cool shot. I think Boston was giving you some love for that call out, but they're still rolling up the ring, so you know we're going to a commercial.
Yeah. We got to get the carpet off here.
Pause. Let me go do that. I'll be right back.
Right. Not brought to you by Manscaped. # not sponsored. But KJ is going to go trim his carpet or roll it up. Either way. No Vince Gorilla. Well, the phrase "no shit" comes to mind, but I'll leave it at that. So we've got the awesome Truth out here in the ring, as we've got our Truth out here cutting the what's up. So let us know, folks, who you're taking for the match as we come out of commercial break. Because again, we're this has got to be an advertisement for Stand and Deliver, because we've got Trick right here. Oh no, they're bringing up NXT. So we're going to get Trick versus Noam, which we will be back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow. For Wednesday, we've got the I Quit match between Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. Thursday, we've got TNA Impact. Friday, we're going to have the face-to-face between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns out there on Friday Night SmackDown. So absolutely, we cover more live wrestling. We cover all the wrestling, anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. Christ, whether it be Wrestling Revolver, GCW, WWE, AW, TNA, NWA, 100%. So be a friend, tell a friend. But as I am commercial break is we're getting Awesome Truth versus Indus Sher is going to be the next match coming up. So let us know who you're taking. I think this has got to be the clear-cut favorite of Awesome Truth wins this, and I think they're the clear-cut odds-on favorite to win the ladder match for the tag titles. Respectfully. My THC level, your vitamin level. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yes. Triple H heard people complain about Miz and Truth no longer having their group name tonight. He said, gotcha. I don't recall anyone complaining about that or them not even really having it, respectfully. So I get the sentiment. I guess just feels unwarranted. Truth's gonna start wrapping out Whoa now. That I quit match this Wednesday will be a massacre. I'm hoping that really is the culmination of that feud. That whole feud's been weird because they started it and they kind of halfway backed away from it. I don't know if it was because of Percy Jackson, if it was because Copeland was actually hurt, if they felt like they needed to, turn around and push Garcia out of there, and they thought that they could have just worked with that being the ending for the Copeland Christian feud. But yeah, this needs to be just the ultimate finality payoff. And also, we will be getting announced Mercedes Moné there, so we'll see how she does with her being announced versus speculated for the show. Taiwan saying, yo, Nick, out of all the wrestling shows, which show you think has been the best this year so far? Oh, that's a loaded question. Most overall, most consistent. Yeah. Oh, if we're going just so far within the 3 months that we've been in 2024, which has been the most, I guess, bang for your buck, respectfully, it's been SmackDown. Honestly, that has become the flagship show for WWE. Monday Night Raw still holds a claim to that throne, but SmackDown to me is the flagship show. Can we get it where both Cage and Edge quit? Give the TV time to the kids that deserve. Mike, I think I almost wanted to say I halfway agree with your sentiment, but I see your sentiment. I'll say that. I think to me, A, this is the whole reason Copeland went there, and B, I think if they hadn't had that little stopover in Garcia, that we would feel entirely different with this whole feud, and this would be completely warranted and would be the culmination of everything, versus it just feels like an interruption. So to sit there and say, oh, they need to give the TV time to someone, that's the thing is, who else are they going to give the fucking TV time to? It's not like they're really rolling in this new guy, that new guy, and if they do, they're not giving him any sort of fucking momentum or story here. But as I'm back from commercials, I've got Indus here with Jinder Mahal, Tony Khan's favorite wrestler, Jinder Mahal, right now out here with Indus. So we've got Indus versus Awesome Truth as they're hyping each other up. This has got to be an Awesome Truth win here, I feel. Best wrestling show this year has been Wrestling for Life every night. Hey, see money way to just, pull the perfect, move right there. You get a star. As R-Truth instantly just tags to Miz, taking on Veer. Excuse me. I actually like that transition. What, the transition camera shot? Yeah, it's fantastic. Jesse, what up? Awesome Truth will win. It's official. Masha versus Shayna. Let's go. I'm excited for that. This tag match will be 6 minutes max. We'll see. Well, so we're starting at we'll call it at 9:50. So if we reach a minute past the top of the hour, what do you owe me, Richard? You gonna give me a super chat? You gonna give me a super sticker? You gonna give me, a bunch of subscribes like everybody should do? Awesome Truth will win. Awesome Truth for the win. Awesome Truth will win. I miss Triple H's old theme music, My Time. You also missed The Rock's old theme music. Well, Rock kind of came out a little bit with his old theme music last week on SmackDown. But yeah, I was a big fan of My Time. Like, that's still to this day a wrestling thing that I can listen to anytime, anywhere, and still just jam out to. But so Veer right now with the fucking neutralizer lock there on the Miz in the center of the ring here. Don't hinder the gender. Yeah, don't hinder the gender. Indus Sher coming out of catering for 5 minutes. Well, they're like the groundhogs. I like that little angle there. They had the camera angle right over R-Truth's shoulder as he gets the tag right now and is just laying waste to Veer. A Truth wins. Well, I think a Truth will be revealed 100% right now in this match. As he's out here, you can't see me. He's hitting his hero's moves. John Cena. As long as he sends it out, as long as he isn't out here with an envelope, I'm all set. Oh, we're setting up for the AA. Drop toe hold from R-Truth on the Veer. Oh, the SDFU. Veer's gonna grab the ropes here, I feel. They gotta work some. What? Sounds like a John Grisham now. Truth wins. Yeah, a little bit. That's fucking funny. I hadn't even thought about that at all. Oh, skull crushing finale mixed with a little bit of a flatliner there. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Hey. So, all right. So, facts. So, whoever said this was going to last under 6 minutes, you win. Mea culpa. I owe you. Let me know. I'll shout in the chat. I forget the comment. I'll have to try and scroll up here. Let me see if I can scroll up here fast enough. I feel like it was short enough of a match that, I can find it here. Richard saying this tag match will be under 6 minutes max. I went 3-4 here. So as literally we're selling it to where R-Truth got back elbowed into a pin as the Miz was out here holding the under half of Indus Sher. So the Awesome Truth over like Rover and in like Flynn out here. So we've got the Awesome Truth, Judgment Day, and DIY are so far one half of the teams that have qualified for the 6-pack ladder challenge. The savior of WrestleMania, as we've got Drew McIntyre coming out here with this shirt. Oh, wonder how many t-shirts of those he's going to sell here. But yeah, so we're going to get Drew McIntyre. So again, everybody that's like, oh, we didn't get a Cody promo. We didn't get a Seth for this. We didn't get a Drew this. We're about to get it here. Give it some time. You got to remember, it's 3 hours here. Jinder got hindered by Miz. As hey, I'm getting a replay of the revival of the X-Men cartoon, which it's a great time, honestly, respectfully, to just be of a certain adult, of a certain vintage, because just fucking every company's like, well, this is what they liked as kids, so let's just give it back to them. We've got The Rock back. We've got Final Fantasy just got re-released. We've got the X-Men coming back as a cartoon. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as movies. We've got nothing but fucking Marvel and DC superhero movies. We're literally living in the nostalgia age here.
Speaking of superheroes.
Right. Glad you didn't go with nostalgia.
I could be nostalgic. But what can you do?
Right.
I like it. Big win. We expected that win, so let's go.
Did you expect it that fast, though, and that, like, that way?
Poor Indus Sher.
They showed up for 1 month or for 1 week even, and just, you go back there.
Yeah, I still think, like, to me, Indus Sher is like the Gates of Agony in AEW of just like this really big, powerful team that could be awesome heels that just crush a whole bunch of people that just never get there.
More Butcher and the Blade than Gates of Agony, I feel.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's very much a little of Groundhog effect of, you showed up, showed out, let us know that you still exist on the roster, and, back into your fucking cave you go.
Right. Back to your house shows you go.
Right. Back to catering.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dressed like the newest member of Death Row somehow. Why? I'm wearing a black t-shirt. I'm actually wearing a fucking cornet t-shirt, by the way. Yeah. I can go get the gold dookie chain out here, and I just be like, how Daniel says, I'll be Shug Nick. If you want to watch a wrestling channel that doesn't have certain body parts all up in the videos, all up in the thumbnails, and don't got QR codes all up over here, all up over there, then come to the Wrestling for Life Network.
Heard me. Starting Monday, April 15th, it's Spider-Man Monday in theaters. All right.
I saw vaguely that, and I can't recall what it fully meant.
The new Spider-Man with the new dude, right?
Spoken like a true Marvel fan. That new Spider shit with that Spider dude.
I don't know I can't remember who the new Spider-Man is. But
Tom Holland.
No, Tom Holland is so ha ha ha, Mr. Marvel expert.
Wait, what? When did they get rid of Tom Holland?
Yeah, exactly. Smart ass.
No, explain your work. Don't just say things and just be like they fired his ass. Explain.
The new Spider-Man is where was it?
I saw it say fucking Miles Morales. I'm gonna slap you.
No, not at all. Dink. So it's official.
Anyways.
New Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire.
Somebody in the chat. Yeah, there you go. Toby.
Yeah, bring back Toby.
Bring back Toby.
That was so bad. I need to revitamin all over again.
Right.
Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man. Midlife crisis, Peter Parker. Let's not act like that hasn't happened in the comics. New Spider-Man is Otis. He's not Spider-Pig, he's Harry Plopper.
Let's go.
Tom Holland is still Spider-Man. Give me Miles. Now, see, look at what you did. We've just dipped our toes in the Spider-Verse.
Right. I thought
we got caught up on all this web.
I thought they were replacing Tom Holland with somebody.
Well, you can have that as we're talking about Triple H being a special guest on the Pat McAfee show here live Friday, April 5th.
Oh.
Now we cut back to Sammy still searching. Gable's gonna be the fucking
cheerleader,
Mr. Miyagi out here to Sami Zayn. I thought he was gonna be triple threat, and instead he's gonna be fucking Danielson here.
Yeah.
Wait for that window of opportunity to appear. It doesn't happen with him.
Spider-Pig.
Does whatever a Spider-Pig does. Can he swing from a web? No, he can't. He's a pig. Look out. Here comes the Spider-Pig.
Good rod today, but I fear it'll just give WWE haters ammo for the wrestling quality. Not every match has been great, but I think what we got, and we're building towards the main event. So, again, at the end of the day, it's a good wrestling show, and I've enjoyed it. And we're getting a Punk package.
Well, it's going to be next week when CM Punk's in Chicago hosting Monday Night Raw. But I do like that we're going more Mr. Miyagi, Master Roshi, fucking Splinter here with Sami Zayn instead of, we're going to have Chad Gable involved in the match. He's going to, teach you the ways of how you beat the Gunther. You must learn from my mistakes.
Right. Okay, so all 8 live-action Spider-Man movies will be released in theaters starting April 15th in chronological order. Why? Tom Holland coming back for
Spider-Man.
Because Spider-Man.
Let's not act like they haven't done that before with like Star Wars and Batman and shit. Like, because Hollywood can't make new shit, so let's just rerun old shit.
No. The savior of WrestleMania.
Yeah,
God,
I saw that shit when you had a pause.
Drew has figured it out, man.
Oh, he's 10 times better as a heel than he is as a babyface.
Oh, shit. Wait a minute.
Burn it down. Oh.
Not even letting Drew have an entrance.
But it's, again, it's funny because I know we had brought this up earlier of you're going to have your world title feud not be prevalent, not be potent, not be prominent on your show. And here we are in the last hour, starting off the last hour with this. He looks like
rude. How rude.
Just fucking Claymore him right now, Drew. Just do it. Just right in the face.
Will Gable be Sammy's coach like Rocky? I think that's the temporary setup. I don't know where it goes from there. Definitely some heel potential.
Just have him out there like Mick. He's gonna just be out there. Sammy just climbing up the steps of Philadelphia in gray sweats.
Right.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cut me, Chad. Cut me.
Cut me, Chad.
Drew is pissed off right now. He should be pissed off. His entrance got interrupted by the dancing fool that is Seth Rollins.
By the walking clown emoji that looks like he got slimed by Slimer here.
That is a very aggressive low tank that this man is rocking.
Hey, shout out homie Big Hirsch, by the way. I just noticed him in the front row.
I think I can speak for all of us when I say Punk being back in WWE is the most surprising signing in the past 5 years. Only person that comes close would be Cody. Facts. I mean, I'd be hard pressed. Yeah.
So we've got Seth and Drew staring each other down on the ring as whoa.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Got them. Seth pulled an LA Knight on Drew. I'm sorry, I didn't even see you there.
Oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Would you argue that Drew is technically more over than Seth right now?
Not based on the overall crowd reaction. I think he's a very over heel, so he's doing very well. But I do have this like feeling of like Drew just smacked the shit out of this guy. He's being so cocky and arrogant. Seth feels heel-ish, and I kind of want Drew to whoop his ass.
But is it that build up to it? We've still got at least probably 2 Monday Night Raws before WrestleMania. And it could be even just the go home show that he just unleashes hell on this man.
I think so. Let's go.
Because that's really, I feel like what we've both been waiting to see, if this man just finally snap and just do fucking Drew McIntyre things to this man.
My name is Seth frickin' Rollins. Seth got his hand up. I'm a spotlight junkie. Oh,
I was halfway waiting for him to go into, I am a revolutionary. I am a visionary.
yeah. I like the booking,
We're getting a spotlight junkie chance right now.
and then back into the O's. Yeah. I like the booking decisions on Raw. Just need better wrestling. I hope the main event delivers. Yeah, and again, I mean, I think I get the point. I do defend the idea that we're building to WrestleMania, so I do expect a lot of kind of side stuff.
But to me, it's not even just exactly side stuff. Like, it's side stuff with
So
a
the
presence,
keys,
with a
yeah,
purpose. Yeah, it's keeping everything on the back burner. It's simmer saute, and it's not turning it off the heat. As
huge
Drew's not
CM
getting
Punk chance.
molasses. Hey, CM Punk, CM Punk.
Let's be serious. Punk will be here next week.
As he starts scheming, cutting to the hard cam. Hey, Drew, shut your trap.
Push Dijak signs. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier. I think that's
Right.
awesome.
Seth mentioned I've been doing this for 20 years. It's fucking crazy to think how long some of these guys have been there because, well, they came in so young and they've still got so much more room to grow.
Yeah, and I mean, we've watched some of these guys move into their prime. And at times we've seen it where they don't matter that much and then they get back into mattering. They've managed to maintain.
Right.
No, I feel like Seth's outfit is more like fucking Naomi's, suit.
Bring
He
it to
borrowed
the
from
flow.
Naomi. Yeah.
It doesn't have the LED shit though. I said it looked like Slimer there from the Ghostbusters and the high C packages and
Nice.
everything just threw up on him.
Who do you see the return of Sheamus after WrestleMania? I don't know. I mean, do you see without the Who? Sheamus will be back eventually, guys.
Could you see Drew wins and Sheamus shows up to confront Drew?
That'd be
Now
interesting.
you gotta fucking answer for whom the bell tolls.
I think so.
I like that. I just noticed the fucking checklist down his back there. Injure CM Punk, check. Check. Check.
I'm starting to feel like WWE's handing out signs.
Oh, what are
Hold this up in segment 5.
bro? You're telling me 95% of the hard cam all happen to have the same sign at the same time and all pull them up? What?
What? Seth has my attention. This promo has my attention. I like this better than I liked what we got from Cody.
Right.
Now, that's a little unfair because Cody had to go solo and then had Paul. This back and forth, they're cutting each other off. They're interrupting each other. I like it.
But that's what this is needed. This, much like how I've talked about how the Cody Roman thing needs to feel prevalent, Seth versus Drew needs to feel prevalent because Seth seems super focused on Cody's story, not his own.
Fact. I'm going to a bad. Good job, man.
Chumbear.
Have fun.
Right. Drew saying, I'm coming for that title shot. I have bloody earned.
All right. Oh.
You're an addict just like I am. No shit, because when I had my spotlight moment, it was
Nobody
to no
was
fucking
there.
people. I've seen, well, because now we're getting on the 4-year, 5-year anniversaries of all of this shit. And people keep sharing this of when we had like Austin 316 Day to nobody. And that was like the darkest times of pro wrestling. That made it hard to watch.
Yeah.
So
no,
now
it was
100%, I want my moment in front of these fucking fans.
Mm-hmm.
Drew has great points. Too many promos. Raw is horrible tonight. I miss old school Raw. Jordan, this is only what, the third promo in now. Literally, we're into the third hour, so we're averaging a promo per hour.
Again, for me, it goes back to this whole idea of like, we don't need them to talk. Just put everybody in the ring, have a bunch of meaningless matches that nobody wants to pay to go see. People are loving this shit.
I was gonna say, what is AEW?
As
You
we
can't
got
hang
Becky.
with me, son. Hey, as we got right back to Mrs. Seth Rollins there, Becky.
Right, modeling our new suit from the Ectoplasm collection, Seth Rollins.
Right.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Oh, Wrestling for Life universe. I'm going to take a pause for the call.
Don't you dare be sour.
Don't you dare be sour.
He's off this hour. They're also get promo heavy before WrestleMania back in the day. Lucky if you got 2 or 3 matches in 2 hours. 100%. And again, you remember, like, especially like Attitude Era WWE was very skit heavy. In addition, like a lot of side stuff and a lot of nonsense. Again, I mean, the matches we've gotten haven't been the best. I mean, I did really like how that tag team match worked out with DIY and the Creeds. Awesome Truth wins. A bit of a match. Fair enough. The Candice LeRae match was pointless, other than to try and build up Candice a little as a heel. Yeah, I think we could wait. Monday, April 1st, Brooklyn. The Rock is being advertised for Monday, April 1st. What, if my math is correct, is that the last Raw before Mania? Let's go. Alpha Police. What? It's an April Fool's joke. Got New Day for the win. I don't know. I think it's very possible Becky beats Rhea at Mania. I think it's a possibility, and the fact that the fans are debating it is what they're supposed to accomplish. Even if Rhea turns around and wins this, at least the fans are guessing. At least the fans are considering, what if she doesn't win it? Could Becky possibly upset Rhea? Let's be real, folks. Some belts should and probably have to change hands. Let's be real. Like we talked earlier, Gunther. People think Gunther's not going to lose. Okay. If Gunther doesn't lose, does Roman lose? Roman might not lose. Okay. What about Rhea? I don't know. We're going to get new tag champs. Possibly. I think very likely. Is the U.S. title going to change hands? It could, but it might not. So on the face of it, I think they're doing an extremely good job of having us guess, having us unsure, having us not quite know. Again, people are predictable. Well, going into this right now, we don't know. If all the champions retain, maybe a predictable outcome. But right now, I think we are heading in the right direction. New Day for the win. Yeah, folks, let me know. Let me know, who are you taking between the New Day and Alpha Academy, and why is it the New Day? The Rock on Raw? Yes, The Rock will be on Raw April 1st. from Brooklyn, New York. So should be a very interesting Raw. We already know that Punk's going to be on next week's Raw. He'll be back. I like that they're following Punk. A lot of people, and I'll ask the chat right now, how do you guys feel about the idea of CM Punk being the special guest referee? I don't love it. I would rather Punk just be the host. Stay out of it. You'll get your moment. You'll get your day. You'll have your chance. I think if Punk hosts and is part of like the pre-show panel, Punk brings a lot of personality to the table. I think he'll be good. We saw what he did at the press conference. But yeah, I wouldn't necessarily push too hard to have him involved. The New Day still sucks, but they're but they get the win. I don't love the New Day, Mike. I'm with you. But yeah, they're probably going to get this win. I don't think Otis and Tozawa are going to make it. The New Day, at least, they'll do well in the ladder match. We'll get some good spots. Kofi and Xavier aren't afraid of ladder matches, been in several. And because of their veteran status and in-house, a lot of people thinking they're the best WWE tag team ever, even though I don't agree. Yeah, my guess would be the New Day for this win. There you go. New Day for the win. New Day. I feel like this WrestleMania, the predictions champ will be over 500. I can't make up my mind on who's winning. It's a really tough shout. I mean, again, who wins, Jimmy or Jay? Is that a slam dunk? I don't think so. Rhea, Becky, I think Rhea's a heavy favorite. Most likely, if I'm going to guess now sitting here, I would lean towards, all right, let's see what, Rhea retain. I don't think Gunther's going to retain just because of my own personal fantasy booking of Gunther losing that and then going after the world title at Backlash or one of the European shows. I think it works well. Or in Germany, the D'Angelo family. Oh, they got a surprise upgrade. So we got a lucky family on screen. The creative team has done wonders with these promos. The promos haven't been boring. And again, I understand if people are going, well, 3-hour show, we're not getting a whole lot of great wrestling. I mean, I get it, but I think my issue is, am I being entertained for 3 hours? Am I being entertained for 2 hours? And if I'm being entertained, then fuck it. I want to be entertained. I want the wrestling to be there. I love a good wrestling match. But on the other hand, I've had really good wrestling matches that I had no interest in the people involved or the story or the lack thereof a story that just kind of kill it for me too. So I do know there's a happy medium in there, Goldilocks. We will find it as the Alpha Academy coming out to the ring. I don't have big expectations for this match at all. Let the New Day turn heel and become Next Day. Well, we all remember the New Day started out as a heel faction, so maybe they circle back one day. Is Big E hosting any news? No, but I do see, I don't have any news on that. I have seen that Bronson Reed very much petitioning for the Big E meaty invitational, which I'm all for. Let's go. I cannot hate the New Day, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They are definitely one of the greatest WWE tag teams of all time. They got to be in the top 5, maybe top 10, if you're being extremely critical. I give them credit for what they have accomplished, the longevity. The problem with the New Day is they've been doing the exact same shtick for so long, it's hard to give a shit. Why do you think they got rid of the Kofi Royal Rumble this year? I wonder, Unbroken, if it's because in previous couple years, if you remember correctly, Kofi botched his big spot. I got you, buddy. But if you remember 2 years ago, not this year's, last year, sorry, he didn't clear. And maybe he's just at an age where, all right, walking on my hands across the fucking floor isn't what it used to be. That's my only guess. Or if you do it every single year, then you're like, yeah, here it comes. That and maybe those are my 2 guesses. Yeet or no yeet? Yeet. I'm eating now. Pause. New Day are a great team, but they are in a gimmick that people are tired of. If Big E was healthy, they would be a major babyface again, but just Kofi and Xavier feels safe. like really, Kofi and Xavier, from my humble estimation, they have that Dolph Ziggler vibe, the gatekeeper vibe. You have a new team or you have a team. Oh, wow. Her can run off the top as Tozawa catching New Day. Crowd has gone a little quiet for this shindig. Punk being the ref could lead to Sean Brett Undertaker type story. Julian, you're not wrong. I don't know. I just don't want it. Even the announcers are kind of falling asleep on this. I think we're going to a commercial. So, folks, we are heading into another commercial break. Alpha Academy is currently in control of the New Day. Otis and Tozawa take the high ground going into the commercial break. We are rolling along. We have still to come, still lots of time on the clock. A last woman standing match coming your way. So don't go anywhere. We want a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. And as Nick reminded you while I was on my break, we are here all week long. We got so much coming your way. It's going to be a fun week here on the channel. It's going to be a fun month. We're heading right to WrestleMania and our big Mania marathon. The channel that just watches more live wrestling than anyone else. It's about to put their money where their mouth is, coming up very soon. No Tay, no Yeet. Got New Day for the win. Absolutely. Gunther is retaining because Drew is winning. WWE aren't booking Gunther versus Drew. Gunther is winning. Why wouldn't the WWE book Gunther versus Drew? Especially if you're going into Germany and you have a heel Drew McIntyre champion and a babyface Gunther coming to get him. I'm curious what your take on why they wouldn't do that. Gunther retaining, he could definitely retain, because keep in mind, Drew McIntyre still has an X on his forehead from one CM Punk. CM Punk said, when I come back, I'm going after you. That's why I'm convinced Drew's winning at Mania. They took out the shoosh, please. Oh, I missed that, James. I missed that. All right. Well, if we're getting a new edgier Chad Gable, we got to have less shoosh and more shoot, I guess. The New Day to change your name to End of Day. Change it to the New Night. That is Corbin's thing. New Day for the win, says Otis. Sorry, Otis. Yeah, no, absolutely. That SummerSlam match led to a Hell in a Cell Montreal casket match. Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, again, if they do it, I'm okay, I think. But I don't know. I think I have this desire. I want to see really solid matches. And we got so much going on with The Rock and Cody and Seth and ladder matches and triple threat matches that if Seth versus Drew is just straight up, I'd be okay with it. This should be a WrestleMania main event match. What should be? Or what should be? When do you think Big E will return to the ring? I have no idea, Matthew. I mean, we all have hopes. I love Big E. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great performer. Again, obviously, his priority is going to be his quality of life. When you have vertebrae fused, it's not a great idea. It's not a great time. And it's beyond the actual recovery and rehab. It's making sure that you don't have it happen again, right? Not everybody's Kurt Angle that can break their freaking neck 4 and 5 times, right? So, yeah, I think it's caution. But, I mean, again, what I've seen of Big E seems to be out and about, seems to be in good spirits, seems to be pretty mobile. Now, that's a far cry from him getting in the ring and taking moves and delivering moves. But I hope he comes back. I think when he comes back, it'll be a big surprise. As we come back out of commercial break, Tozawa hitting the jump up in Saguri, or step up in Saguri. The New Day winning. Clearly, Otis and Tozawa are, as a team, are just as a jobber team, tag team. That reaction, like the Dark Order. Facts. You're not that far off at all. Alpha Academy for the upset win. Oh, get out of here. No way, Vance. Maybe after Mania, the New Day turn heel, and if Big E returns, he will shock that the New Day changed so much without him. Or you can do the other way around, Richard. I think as Otis has compacting Kofi. A little bit of a pop finally, waking the crowd up as Otis threatening the Caterpillar. Maybe after, what if Big E walks out and the New Day are thrilled to see him and he just lays waste to the New Day? and he's the heel. Now, that would be trickier because he's going to come back to huge fanfare. So don't quote me on that one. New Day for the win. The New Day rocks. Otis going to that second rope looking like Vader. Misses. The New Day do comedy that AEW tries to achieve. Facts. I'll give you that. New Day for the win. They should have given Tozawa a ring. What ladder can hold Otis? I mean, he won the Money in the Bank, the big old reinforced ladder. He borrowed Big Show's ladder. Never been to Golden Corral. Is it any good? Also never been. I think that's very American. Sounds American. Like, just corral them on in here. Yeehaw. No, I'm sorry, folks. Excuse my Canadian. Is tomorrow's match with Trick Williams versus Noam Dar? Is that a tune-up match? Yeah, definitely a tune-up match with angle potential, Damien. He'll get in the ring. There's a likelihood that some way, somehow, Carmelo will get involved. I don't expect Trick to lose, but I do expect them to build the stand and deliver storyline. Gunther should turn babyface. I think he could. I think enough people like him and respect him. And keep in mind, you're going to France. You're going to Australia. I turned to R-Truth. We're going to Austria. No, they're going to Germany. They're going, to have some big shows in big places. So it's not out of the question. Oh, Xavier. Oh, turned into a Hurricane Rana. Down goes Woods. It was the Money in the Bank before. I don't remember how many ladder spots he had. Probably not many. So that was the one where they had to get up on the roof, right? Two count. Kofi with the save. I recommended the breakfast buffet at Golden Corral. There you go. There you go. I'm always down for a good breakfast buffet. My son sing Bad Bunny concert, Spanish music, his concert. Sounds good, Anna. He'll be the new ultra heel Chadwick Gableman, Esquire. I'm okay with that. Symphony Thomas. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. Rio versus Gunther. If that was booked in AEW, Rio would win in a 17-minute, 5-star banger. All right, everything just kind of stopped here for a second. Wood standing over Tozawa, going to the top, looking for the elbow. Booty goes, tastes like rocks. And that's it. Now, a very flat finish to that match. An okay match overall, not a great one, but a little bit of a flat finish. I don't know if there was something else expected or planned there, but Xavier going over to Tozawa and giving him some love. KJ, if you could book Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins, who you picking? Whoo! Barn burner! That's a tough one to call, Kyle. I mean, honestly, that one, you could have a series of matches and flip a coin. I think they're both phenomenal. They're both workhorses. They're both willing to go to the max. It would be really hard to, literally give them 10 matches. They might split them 5 and 5. Get in my belly as the telestrator comes back out. The belly bump. All right, so now we have 4 teams. We already knew the Judgment Day were going to be in there. Awesome Truth is in there. New Day is in there. DIY is in there. Very baby face heavy. So I'm expecting some heels to join this mix. Am I wrong to think that? As, oh my God, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan saying tonight, Nia is all yours. Whoo, girl. Paul, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We greatly appreciate it. This is important to remember. Awesome Truth is going to win WrestleMania by Truth climbing the ladder to conquer his fear of climbing ladders. Paul, I could not agree with you more, and not just because you gave us the wonderful super chat, But, and I will remind everyone out there, that is your way to guarantee we click on your message. But I think that that's the moment you want. Even if it's not a long tag title run, R-Truth has been so good. R-Truth getting up to the top of that ladder and pulling them down, to me, it works. That's a Mania moment. It's something that will get replayed for decades. I'm all for it. Biggie missing 2 years, coming back from major neck surgery, should be a face. Look at Orton. 100%. I agree with you, Richard. I just throwing it out there, and then as I threw it out there, I was like, maybe not. Only Big Show's gold 300 LC ladder could hold Otis, but what happened to it? He took it with him. That's the ladder they used so Hobbs could throw him off a car. Bit cold for Liv. Eat your bootios, kids. When KJ sees Liv, his beard gets straighter. Facts. I'm having a great night. 5-0. There you go, Mega. Candice LeRae might join the Judgment Day. Richard, I don't know why I click on you sometimes. And we see the Judgment Day multiplying by his members. Get a true hint. Finn Balor planned it the whole time. We all can hope. Maybe. WWE and AEW seem to have the opposite problems. AEW has the great wrestling. I would argue no. But the stories aren't there and aren't up to par. WWE has good stories, but the wrestling parts of the show lack. I don't agree totally on both of these ones. And I know Nick and I have talked about this recently, where if you kind of look at AEW as it's just like an indie show. We watched Wrestling Revolver this past week. We watched GCW. You go in and you know you're not going to get a whole lot of story from the indie show, but you're very happy for the matches they put on. But I feel like the problem with AEW as of late is they are not giving us great matches. Yeah, we got Ospreay and Fletcher. Fun match. Nobody watched it. But that to me is the exception right now. A lot of the match, like Riho and Willow in a main event, that's not good matching. That's not good booking matching. That's not good booking. That's not a good match. So a little bit of like that to me, that's just a blanket statement that doesn't really reign true anymore. I think AEW is not only not delivering on stories, they're not delivering in ring all the time. We might get one, we might get two, but I mean, the other day people were going on about the FTW match between Brian Cage and Hook. That did nothing for me. It was whatever. It was silly. It wasn't a great match. So that's my issue. Now, WWE at times like that was an okay match. Candice LeRae, okay match. So I get that argument that sometimes if you're going to do a filler match, you got to make the filler match fun. Rivalry with Dudley's Hartley, Edge and Christian. I don't know. Keep in mind, Roman is one win away from his 1,000th career win. He will win at Mania. Ricky, it's hard to argue with that, man. I mean, I've said it for a long, long time. Just because the fans or a pocket of the fans feel like Cody has to win at Mania doesn't mean the WWE feels the same way. And again, if they can get a bunch of wrestling fans to freak out and debate it online, they're winning. Whether it's bad news or good news, or people bitching and complaining, or people singing and yelling, it doesn't matter as long as they're talking about your product, as long as they're tuning in to see what you do next. So, is it a slam dunk that Cody's winning this year? No, but I love the fact that it isn't a guarantee. I love the fact that we can debate it. Booty. As Cody leaving the building, I think, and Seth stopping to say hello. I'm in with you, Damien. I think that would be outstanding. I'm all for that. Let's go. Love the bandana, Pharaoh. Solo Sikoa gonna be the special guest referee for Jimmy and Jay. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. Make it Quiche. Make it Rikishi. So yeah, they're reminding us that next Monday CM Punk, and then the Monday after that. So 2 big Raws heading into Mania. Can you believe it? 2 Raws left before Mania. And this Mania season's been a grind. Lots going on. Lots for everybody to dig into. I see some people online that just, the build hasn't been good. It's been all fucking build. And I don't know what more people want from the wrestling they're getting. I really don't. I want to see Andrade versus Gunther for the belt. I think that's coming sooner than later. I'm really curious how they're working Andrade into the Judgment Day situation. And I think they're doing little things, guys. You got to remember, long-term storytelling. Andrade might not be involved in Mania, but they're building stuff to happen after Mania as well, as Becky Lynch come into the ring. To be fair, I'd watch anything Willow is in, though. I like Willow. Don't get me wrong. I think Willow is a great babyface, which means Tony Khan's probably going to turn her heel. But I think Willow is a pure babyface, and if you built her properly and put her in a good match, great. Her going fucking 15 minutes with Rio does nothing for me. Nothing. But KJ, the KJ, yeah, my bad. In all due respect, I'm sure the people at Cage Match are great, but fuck their Cage Match rating. I love it. You mean Jericho and a hook? Yeah, there you go. There's a perfect example. Jericho has no star power anymore. People do not buy a ticket or tune in to see Chris Jericho, especially against Hook, especially against Atlantis Jr. or Titan or Commander. Jericho just shows up for his own sake, and nobody cares. And I don't think, and Jericho thinks he's putting all these kids over. And I'll name one person from the Jericho Society who's way over because of Jericho. Not one. And he wants to take credit for Garcia. Garcia got over because Garcia started dancing. Had nothing to do with fucking Chris Jericho. One night, Tony Khan got to dance the dance with fucking Garcia and then said to everybody, I'm going to push this guy to the moon. That's what happened. Jericho didn't happen. We could have got Danny over in half the time if Jericho would have stayed out of the fucking way. All right, enough of that. MD likes pillows. As Nia Jax enters the ring, ladies and gentlemen, we will take your prediction. Who are you taking? Are you taking Nia? Are you taking Becky? Who is the last woman standing tonight? Cody sounded great tonight. I thought it was a much better promo from Cody. My one criticism, because we do criticize WWE, folks, was it went a bit long. I think they could have shortened the Paul Heyman part and got to the point, because we were already kind of over this is awesome. As Becky starting off hot. Baseball dropkick. And now we're to the outside of the ring already. Wasted no time. Yeah, I liked Cody's promo. I did. I liked Seth and I really liked Seth and Drew tonight. I liked Gunther and Sammy. I like Sammy and Chad, what they're setting up there. I liked a lot of what we've gotten tonight. 3 hours has not felt like a long haul tonight. And that is always my gauge. If I'm still here with you guys and I'm feeling good and feeling energized, Raw is probably doing pretty good. It's when we're in the last 20 minutes and I'm like, help me. I agree, KJ. AEW comes off as a promotion that touts great wrestling, but it's really only a sprinkle on the show. AEW has the roster, but doesn't pair the right people together. Listen, I think they have all the talent in the world, and this is why my criticism falls on the boss. I think they have, and I won't go too deep into this. I'll be back Wednesday to bitch and complain some more. But we are going to commercial break, so I have a moment to say what I got to say. Again, I think people get it twisted at times. Like, even the people out there that said, oh, Revolution was the best AEW pay-per-view ever. It wasn't. I'm an AEW fan. I've watched every pay-per-view. But you got 3 good matches out of 14 or 15, whatever the fuck it was. But those 3 matches apparently were so good that everyone forgot the shit that we got leading into it. And again, we watch Dynamite, we watch Collision, we watch Rampage. There are good matches on those shows. At times. Dun, dun. What was that? But yeah, sorry. Absolutely. You got to book them right. You got to put them in the right places. And again, Will Ospreay comes in. Kyle Fletcher hasn't been booked like a superstar that everybody's like, oh my God. So when you tell people, oh, Fletcher's going to fight Ospreay, nobody tuned in. Now they killed it. What a fucking excellent match. I don't want to take anything away from that. But a lot of the matches are fucking lame. A lot of them are lame. So if you're going to be the last thing I'm going to say, fuck, I can't stop myself. The last thing I'll say about this is if you are going to be the company that leans towards the in-ring action over the storytelling, great. But you better make sure that in-ring fucking delivers. Period. I think bending to Roman records is like the Young Bucks heading to win. You can do it any day. I think bending to Roman's records. Not quite sure. Some may not understand, but from our old school perspective, what made wrestling hot was those old matches. They made you believe it. Many times taking it slow or fast, but working. You had to believe. And there was a lot of times, if you guys remember, and I mean, it still happens, but a lot of times the matches, you'll get a match that you don't expect to be anything. And it's such a great match, you have to run it back. Or you have to bleed into a story or an angle because the match was so good. That's what I'm tuning in for. Okay, Fletcher and Ospreay tear it down. Let's bleed it into something and then elevate Fletcher. But when you don't do that, you just pull down your brand new signing. Your brand new free agent is now going 20 minutes in a barely beat him match with a guy we barely know. It's got to be some level of trade-off. Quiche time. Let's go. Cody is going to beat Roman in Madison Square Garden where Dusty had his moment. Scott, this was one of my early theories. And I think my only hesitation is with that, will they televise it? Will it somehow be a special show from Madison Square Garden? Again, if Cody loses at WrestleMania, I can't wait to see the fucking reaction from the fans. They're going to lose their fucking mind. It's going to be amazing. Roman is too close to Hogan's record to lose. I don't know if that's true, and I'm debating it. That's why this WrestleMania is so unique. Because, yeah, oh, we're back from commercial. Becky trying to get a table. Nia having none of it. Nia trying to set up the table. It's not cooperating. Even she's not happy about it. Ricochet versus JD McDonough next week on Raw should be a fun match. And I think my buddy Nick's a slightly bigger fan of JD than I am. But these two guys can go. I think it'd be a good spotlight match for JD and Ricochet. Let them loose. Let them go. Let them have a good match. The best match tonight was what? The Creeds and DIY? Surprising. As Nia is just throwing a group of chairs into the ring to her opponent. Well, that was stupid. As Becky picks up a chair, uses it on Nia, trying to set up the manhandle, but no, not going to work on this lady. I'm really interested in reading Becky's book that's coming out soon. Wow, Samoan drop on the chairs. Matthew, I agree. I say he loses to Orton at Survivor Series. Interesting. Got Becky Lynch for the win. Becky for the win. Willow versus Rio was a dream match, admitted KJ. Not my dream. Not my dream, my friend. As Nia setting up a chair in the middle of the ring. Becky grabbing onto the ropes. She gets up at 6 or 7. Becky Lynch for the win. Looks like this main event will be 20 minutes. Yeah, we're already into it. Still about 15 minutes left on the clock. And Becky takes down Nia, ladies and gentlemen. And if you were just tuning in, make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. Costs nothing to you, means the world to us. Massage that algorithm. Help us continue to grow this family, this community. It's nothing but a blast. And if you're watching right now and haven't done that, make sure you do. Oh, Becky coming down, eating a chair from Nia. Nia for the win. I don't see that. Terrible chair shot. That one's a little bit better. That one's better. Will we hear from Tony D'Angelo tomorrow? Yes, we will. Tony D, your number one contender, will have something to say tomorrow. Becky for the win. 20 minutes for the last woman standing match. Let's go. Smile Mark. Yes. Again, a lot of people miss. I think a lot of people are hung up on old WWE when they criticize how WWE uses their women. Triple H doesn't fuck around. And the women on not only Raw, but on NXT, SmackDown, the women get a lot of love in this company. And I don't think there's a company that uses this many women and this many angles right now. Big leg drop on the chair. Becky for the win. Nia for the win. Heyman should have come out and said, see you by Friday. As well as the North American champion, Oba Femi, as well tomorrow night. Oba, the Beast Femi. Looking forward to seeing him tomorrow night. Again, the man is on a mission. So as Nia sitting on the chair, trapping Becky. Becky, some sloppy swings of a kendo stick. Oh, but it worked. Oh, Nia taking one in the head. It was the dream. It was the dreamiest money. Yeah, I want to know what mixture of chemicals I got to put in my system to dream that up. I'll put it that way. Are you interested in Roxanne Perez versus Tatum Paxi? Yeah, I like Tatum. I like Roxanne. I like the idea that this is building to Lyra. I'm all for it. Let's go. And I'm a big fan of what Roxanne Perez is doing right now. Nia on the apron. Oh, takes a whole shot. A whole lot of pain, says Pat McAfee. Love it. Does Rhea get involved in the last women standing match? Oh, shit. Dale, we haven't talked much about Rhea Ripley tonight, and no one else has suggested that to my knowledge. Would she get involved and cause Becky to lose? Assuming. Or just cause it to be that's a good question. That's a good question. A really good question. Becky's got another table. Nia's trying to compose herself at 6. Back to her feet. And we go to commercial. That was a bit of an abrupt commercial. Back into a commercial break. Folks, let me know. Are you enjoying this main event tonight? Nia Jax for the win. We want blood. We want blood. Good luck. Becky for the win. Anyone knows Hulk Hogan's number for his title run? Yeah. It was 1,474 days. I believe that takes Roman into Survivor Series-ish territory. Need to build up Rhea versus Becky better. Has been stale. And you know what, Dale? Usually I would try and find a way to defend that. But I think so much of what's happening with Rhea and Becky has actually involved others that you're right. I mean, Rhea fought Nia. Becky fought Nia. Becky and Liv have issues. There hasn't, I mean, we got I think a promo last week or the week before, which if I'm pulling at my memory, trying to figure out what we got. Dale, you're not wrong. I kind of think we could use a little more love. Again, then people are saying, well, then we're not getting any wrestling. But there's a way to do it. I agree. I mean, it's been I'd call it lukewarm. We'll see what happens the next 2 weeks. But I feel like you're right. The Io and Bianca match last year was a surprise banger. Love it. Absolutely. Big fan of Io. I think Io and Bailey are going to tear it down. Creeds and DIY deserve a run back. Yeah, I could see that happening again. They killed it. It was the best reaction for DIY that I can remember in this recent run. 3 days a week hurts AEW, no break. I think it does too. I think by the time you get to Rampage, Collision, some of us, even us here watching live, there's some weeks where it's like, oh man, that Saturday show, when that Saturday show was must see and Punk was on it and he's feuding with Ricky Starks and it felt new and fresh and different than Dynamite, it was a lot easier to get to that Saturday show. But Rampage, nobody cares about Rampage. I know diehards out there that sit on YouTube in AEW hoodies that do not watch Rampage. But it is a long week. And I mean, the argument is, well, if you're only watching AEW, maybe it's not. But I don't think that's a lot of the fans. I think there's more crossover fans going one way than the other. Sol Ruka returns to action versus Reese tomorrow. All right. Sol Ruka for the W. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, on that. Now, could it potentially be, Dale, about Rhea and Becky? Maybe Becky pulls off this win, but Rhea comes out the end to kind of smack her around a little bit so it doesn't exactly fuck up the match, but still proves the point? Maybe. As I'm getting a little hype package for brother versus brother in the city of brotherly love. I'm telling you, I think, like, out of all the matches that we know of, for whatever reason, I am fucking absolutely jazzed about brother versus brother. Maybe it's because I have so many brothers. I don't know. Jimmy versus Jay sounds like, I just think they're going to kill it. I think it's going to be that that's going to be that Macho Man Steamboat match that we talk about for years. Like a decade from now, people will be like, oh, well, do you remember the Jimmy J match? As we are back to the action, showing that Nia just bounced. I think Pat was going to help Nia with the ladder. Oh, we got a fire extinguisher. Becky unloading. Nia running. DIY is literally what we got every night during NXT Black and Gold. It's the future of what we are going to get with trips. Yeah, I think so. I get exactly what you're saying, right? It's like, holy shit. Wow, huge Samoan drop. Will Becky make it to WrestleMania becomes the question. But yeah, I love the idea, and I got distracted by Nia as she crushes Becky. I swear to God, I saw her sternum. But like, I mean, the first time I saw Ciampa on NXT, I was kind of like, we'll see what happens. And I think at the time it was like Oni Lorcan. Was that who it was? But they burned it down. I love those. NXT Black and Gold used to give us those like surprise bangers that all of a sudden Dijak and Keith Lee, you know, those type of things. I heard the Madison Square Garden show is going to be one of the Saturday night main event shows on NBC. Now, if that is the case, Scott, if we get near December and they know that they're going to do that, I could see that being the case. I think I answered that, Vance. 1400. Why does Becky always move like she's struggling? You're supposed to struggle. Becky wins. Rampage, yeah, 100% agree with you, Smile Mark. I've been asking for that. Manhandle slam off the apron, and the table explodes. I'm sure Roman will walk into WrestleMania 41 as champ when. Could you imagine? Could you fucking imagine? What's up, John? How you doing? How you doing? Taking Becky for the win. Yeah, I will be honest, Chair. I could use some title changes. I really could. I mean, a lot of long title runs, and I don't need the titles to become fucking hot potatoes. But I mean, a little bit of a mix up. I get it. But we got long IC title run. Oh my God, Becky with the leg drop through the announce table. The ladies tear it up. And Becky gets to her feet at 10. She did it. She did it. That was a great swat. What? Boom, 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 boom. Sorry, Tony. Perfect 6-0. Way to go, Mega. That was a great leg drop. Great spot. Great leg drop. Shout out to Nia for taking the bump. Everybody, I want everyone who's listening right now to listen very, very carefully. It is simple. Nia took a lot of heat for what she's done in the past, for having mistakes, for being a big body and hurting some smaller people. Nia has been great since she has returned. She has done well. And if with a heel, a villain like Nia Jax that people don't want to see succeed, getting beat up by baby faces. I called it. Dale, where's Dale? This is my brutality. Let's go. Let's go, Becky. Here comes Rhea Ripley. Now, we're probably just going to get a little stare off, but I did kind of say that this was how they would do it. There's Dale. But you got to give Nia Jax credit. You need heels. You need challenges. You need obstacles for the baby faces to overcome. What amazing women's main event. Listen, we might not have got a full 3 hours of banging matches, but this one was good. It was solid. I enjoyed it. Great spots. Again, I thought it was a good match as Rhea is in the ring, standing over Becky. I'll get to your ratings, folks. Remember, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every single show here at the Wrestling for Life Network. And we're going off with the women nose to nose. The crowd chant mommy, though. Let's be real. Amazing women's main event. I'm with you. Leg drop was nuts. The manhandle slam was nuts. I was worried Becky was going to get hurt and not make it to Mania. All right, let's get to your ratings, folks. Give me a rating out of 10. How did you feel about Raw tonight? And based on my energy level, I'm telling you, I'm going to give it a good one. Perfect record. Got that one. Shout out to Nia. Got that one. 8.5. Boston kicking off the ratings tonight. 8.5. Really good show tonight. I like it. Definitely a good show. 5-1. Man, someone check on Nia's. Yeah, no shit. 8.5. 8.5. On a quick side note, before I get to any more of these ratings, I'm getting Rivals, WWE Rivals has come on my TV, and it's Brie versus Stephanie. Was that ever a fucking rivalry that anyone cared about? Help me. Anyway, back to the point. The long title runs are just like the golden era honky tonk IC run and Hogan. Yes, Matthew. And listen, again, I'm being a bit of a fickle fan. I think the titles needed long runs. I do, but I feel like they're all having long runs. You know, tag titles been in one place for quite a while. Maybe not that long, but I just feel like, all right, we've had a lot of long runs. I mean, we can start a new long run, but I just want to break it up a little. Here comes mommy. I love women's wrestling. Absolutely. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate that comment. Damn it, I'm having a bad night. Oh, for 3. 8 out of 10 says Mega. 4 and 2. 8.75. There you go. People loving it. I like it. Who won the title for Wrestling Revolver? Predict. Who won title for what? Rhea. What other ratings? We got 8 out of 10. Great women's main event. A lot of people loving it. 8 out of 10. Nia Jax has won me over in recent run. Small mark. Again, you have to give flowers where they're due. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, you got to see it for what it's worth. And if everybody is a character you love on TV, then the good guys never have a chance to become important, or good women. Amazing women's main event. Rhea is so much better with long hair. I don't care. I'll take it anyway. The leg drop was nuts. Well done for the woman. Great end. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Yes, you would. Pat's hilarious. Even when he kind of went over to help with the ladder and then was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. 8 out of 10 says Matthew. Dale got 8 out of 10. 8.5. I'm going to go right there with you guys. I'm going to go 8. Do I want to go any higher than 8? It's a solid match. 8 works for me. At the end of the day, 7 says Bash. A lot of build, a lot of pay-per-view build, a lot of stuff that was important. Some of the matches were a little lackluster. Maybe that's what I hesitate to go higher than an 8. I can understand why someone might say 7. I don't think 7's completely out of depth. But at the end of the day, I think a lot of what we got tonight was compelling. It was interesting. It was entertaining. And we were ready to go, including, Jay and Jimmy kick it off. We were amped for that. Let's go. The crowd's into it. Cody's segment was good. Like I said, a little bit long because how they did it. Drew McIntyre, Seth, I loved it. The main event, I loved it. The tag match was a surprise between DIY and the Creeds. We might not have got the best of matches for Awesome Truth, but we got the payoff we were looking for as the setup for that angle. Yeah, I mean, shit, I know I'm missing things. Gable and Sammy was really good. Sammy and Gunther, I think I've said all this. I think we're really solid Raw tonight. I like how Raw went off the air with that stare down. Again, we saw it with The Rock and Cody recently. I think, yeah, you leave it. You want people wondering what the fuck happened. Did they just walk away? Did they get in a fist fight? Did Nia jump them? Liv stayed out of it. Is anyone surprised? No Liv? We got a little hello from Liv before the match, but that was it. 8.13 says Scott. By the way, Scott in that little picture is wearing our t-shirt. Go get yourself a Wrestling for Life t-shirt. Bunch of options there, including the Mr. Every Night, the different color combos, the Wrestling and Chill t-shirts and hoodies. Go get them. We even have crop tops and tank tops, drop tops. 8.5, 8 out of 10, 8.5 from Kyle, 8.25 out of 10 knee pad says MDB. 8.5 says Nick Bray. So everybody kind of coming in at the same place. 8 out of 10. What a great show. 7.5 out of 10. Intrigued to see what they do with Gable. Yes, 100%. And we all do have to remember some of what we're seeing right now is meant for post-Mania. Now, I'm not saying that Gable is. I'm not even sure if Andrade is. But I feel like there are things that could happen at Mania that bleed outside of Mania, as we expect. They have, I think sometimes people are like, once we get to Mania, the show's over forever. They're back the next night. They got to keep entertaining us. 3 hours went by fast, and that's always a good sign of a good show. 8 out of 10 DIY Creeds, the women's main event, and the promos we got tonight were great, or have been great. I agree with you. Every time Dom is out, I see I see psychosis in him more and more. He sells. Okay. Similar body too. I've never really thought of that, Dave. It's funny because I was watching a clip of psychosis earlier. Hats off to Nia and Becky for some serious bumps for WrestleMania. I got a little nervous. Like that Samoan drop in the corner through the table. I was like, oh shit, are they gonna then the manhandle slam off the apron, then the leg drop? I'm like, we just saw Asuka tweak her knee and we hope she's okay, but 38 out of 10 says there. Eric 8 out of 10. Actually, 10 out of 10. We got Jinder Keyshawn. There you go. I'll accept that. 7.2. 8 out of 10. All right. I'm going to say last call on the chat. I'll give it a 9. My favorite part of the show is the jealousy between Chad Gable and Jimmy. Jealousy between Chad Gable and Jimmy and Jay and that Cody Rhodes promo. I think, I see. You're just Chad and we left out Sammy. 7 out of 10. No, never. Stephanie versus Brie. Yeah, well, how did that become a fucking Rivals episode? Anyway, no, it was never a rivalry. Thank you. I thought I missed it. Like, as a wrestling fan, I was like, when did this fucking occur? Brie versus Stephanie, that was like a 2-month program. Was it even? Yeah. Someone check on Mojo Rally. Where are you, buddy? Good show tonight. Thank you. 10 out of 10. NXT is next. We will be here live, Richard. I know you get anxious and you get excited. The streams will be going up. Life gets in the way sometimes. But yes, stay tuned. We are here all week long. All those thumbnails should be up by tomorrow afternoon. I got a life sometimes. Good show. No number for me. Dave, I'll accept a good show. Anyway, anything good can happen. Predictions, title. Oh, you know what? Smile mark. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I just didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't add it up. Why the timeout? You said something I didn't appreciate. That's why. Nia Jax has won me over. Good. Gunther's perfect guide to. I like it. All right, KJ. I can't be for Nia. She was more than a heel, a downright bully when Lana was there. Oh, poor Lana. Poor Lana. But that's good. I want you to hate Nia Jax. I want everyone out there to hate Nia Jax. And this way, every time a baby face pancakes her the way Becky just did, good for business. They're conserving people for WrestleMania 40, 100%. You can't have a whole bunch of, Becky just did it, but you are going to get a lot of the mid-card, catering talent come out because you got to get to WrestleMania 40. That you run a risk every time the athletes are out there. Like I said, not that Asuka has anything of her own really in a big way, but Asuka tweaks her knee. What if it was Io that tweaked her knee? So I know the show must go on. You got to be intelligent in the risks you take. The talking segments were good. 8.2 out of 10. Rhea and Becky shouldn't touch until the bell rings at Mania. I agree, Dave. That is the old school booking that I grew up on, that you wanted them to kill each other. You wanted them to fight, but it just never happened.
Wrestling for life.
420 out of 10. I'll accept that smile mark. I think Nick went to Cheddar. We'll ask him tomorrow where he went. Well, okay. 8 booties out of 10 rocks. Deal. Not sure. I don't want to miss anybody, folks, but remember, we will be back tomorrow. We do have the super chat and the super stickers if you ever want to make sure. Guess not sure what that was referring to. That's funny as fuck. I love Nia Jax. KJ, wrestling for life. Love it. All right, I'm out. I've talked enough. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank everyone for being here, being part of the shows. Thank you for being a part of this channel. And be a friend, tell a friend. It's the best thing you could do. If you know anywhere people are discussing wrestling, drop this link. We are growing by the minute. We're chasing channels that have been around way longer than us, and we are having fun doing it. So thank you for being a part of this one. We are back all week long. Big shout out to Big Nick and Anthony for being a part of tonight. Back tomorrow for NXT. Click all those links. Find us on social. Join us on the Discord. And until tomorrow, we'll see you on the flip side. Good night. Oh, I hit the wrong button. No. All right. Good night.